Hey. Okay, good morning, afternoon, evening. Yes, remember that. Um, Here we are, though, and it is the final day of class
Yes,
for this
celebration
practitioner
day.
training. Yeah, it's that day one, way back,
Oh gosh. P1 day
2025.
one? Think about that.
Yeah, like who are you now? How have things changed?
And also all the stuff that we did when we thought it was kind of might have thought it was woo or uncertain if we could do it, and now we know we can, and it's part of who we
Yeah,
are.
yep, it's
That's the part
become,
I love.
yes. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to have a fun day and hear about your yesterday,
Yeah.
how that went for all of you. And yeah, a little graduation. All of the guides were already into it. Like, you guys all rock. Some meditation. So it's going to be a good day and lots of time for Q&A and such. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to you, John.
All right.
And Celine, you're our co-host. So just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. So last time is this particular group. I'm asking you to stand up and get into Wuji posture. Let's go ahead and find that beautiful posture. Just down just a wee bit more. Okay. And have a moment. Let's really feel that connection. With all this beautiful work that we've been doing throughout the last 10 months, we can call it our school year. Just getting a sense of how we're able to do these connections a little bit easier. They'll continue to work that way the more you invite that intention. So taking a moment to feel the energy of the earth, beautiful roots beneath your feet, spreading out in all directions. And let's tap into that a little bit more. Bring your hands in front. Let's breathe in and let's sink down a little bit. And then exhale as we rise up. Breathing in, feeling that beautiful energy of the earth flowing up through the feet and then all the way back down again. So it comes up through the feet, through the legs, all the way through the torso to the crown of the head, and then send it back down. At the same time, get a sense of that earth energy flowing around your body. Moving all around you as well, that beautiful, loving force, that equal and opposite force from the divine. Good. Couple more times. Good. And then coming back down and just become aware of that and become aware of how that helps to support your structure. As you flow up through the feet to the knees, let the knees be flexible and slightly outward. Let the flow go through the thighs to the hips. Give a sense of that grounding core dropping down, that firmness coming to the perineum, the anal sphincter closing, creating the container that will fill our lower dantian. Get a sense of the spine elongating as the divine says, hello, I'm here too, and gives you a little gentle pull up from the crown of the head to help elongate the spine and also helps to Drop those shoulders, relax those arms, get a little space in the armpits. Let those hands open. Let the eyes soften, the ears close as you bring more awareness inward. Breathing in and out through the nose. Tongue behind the upper front teeth. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. Good. All right. Get a sense like you're a tree. So you have those roots we referred to already that we've been working with, but also get a sense that we're like the trunk, and now we have these branches above us, tapping into the sacredness of the divine. Get a sense of that energy flowing down through you. Good. Few deep breaths with that idea of it coming down to the crown, mixing with that yin energy that's flowing up. And at the same time, it's flowing down and around you. That equal and opposite force. Neither one's trying to overpower the other. They're both here in support. You are a part of all of this. And when we're more aware, we can be open to that flow, open to that energy, that beautiful chi. Good. And then bring your focus to your palms and let's breathe in and let's gather some earth energy. Gather nature, gather some energy from the sky above and give a little wash down the front. All the way down to the earth. Let's just wash away any tension that might be there so we can be more in this moment and then gather more earth, nature, and sky and give a little wash down the back. Good. And one more time. Earth, nature, sky, and right through the crown of the head, down through the center of the throat, down through the torso, through the pelvis, through the legs, through the feet, all the way down into the earth. Good. Take some nice deep breaths here. Good. And let's work more with these three sources. Let's do a little bit of three sources breathing. Let's work with some color. So let's use our bubbling spring points again. Let's breathe in through the bottom of the feet, like watery energy. Let's inhale, blue light. Bring it all the way up to your heart. Exhale, let's put that into the lower dantian. Inhale, let's imagine golden light coming in from nature into your third eye. And then continue to breathe in and gather purple, blue, red, and white light. Let it come down through the crown of the head. Let them both mix together, flow through your heart, and join the energy from the earth in the dantian. Inhale through the nose, gathering more blue light. Exhale, bring it into the dantian. Inhale, more golden light into your third eye. Purple, blue, red, white. Bring it right down through the crown. Get a sense of your heart receiving all this energy before it flows into the dantian. Inhale, blue light. Like watery energy from the earth. Bring it back down into the dantian. Golden light. The golden of nature to the third eye. Purple, blue, red, white. Going right through the crown. Through the heart. And into the dantian. Inhale. Exhale back down. Inhale. Third eye, crown. Exhale, bring it down through the body. Good. A few more. Blue light coming up. Going back down. Inhale, golden light. Purple, blue, red, white, right through the crown. Get a sense of all this energy. A little bit like a little charge up before we do our workout again. Inhale. Golden light in your third eye. Purple, blue, red, white, all the way down through the crown. Into the Danshan, and one final time. Blue light. Exhale. Golden light in your third eye. Blue, purple, red, white, all the way down through the crown. Get a sense of your heart filling with that color and then it continuing into the Danshan. Little pause here. Just a few more deep breaths. Good. And then hands back to the sides. And let's do our workout one more time. So let's come down and start with our channel dredging. Let's go right through those yin channels of the inner legs, front of the torso, underside of the arms, and release anything that doesn't support us. And let's do the yang channels, moving the chi all the way to the little toe. Inhale up. Release and gather. And release again. Good. Smiling as we move the energy to really support the flow that flows between the organs, within all the different systems of the body. Getting that process of making sure there's not any blockages here. We want to have the best possible flow. Inhale. Gathering. Couple more. As if really practice working with your awareness coming with the flow here, being aware of the head, the side and back of the torso. Get a sense of those channels. Remembering we work at the endomuscular channels, so it's a little bit wider than acupuncture. A way to kind of get that flow going through the tendons and the muscles, as well as the channels. And then roll up the spine. Find your way back up to standing. Take a nice breath in as we lift the arms, and let's begin to do our counter swing. Just letting go. Any energies that don't support. Get a sense that they're just kind of flowing up in those two pathways from the Danshan all the way up to the shoulders, down the arms, and we're tossing it away as easily as we toss a ball. Slight shift from one side to the other. Remembering it's not an up and down movement, it's a shift over from one side to the other. It's always nice to have a focus on what can we let go of? Maybe there's some tension in your body. Let's invite a little release here. Maybe there's some emotions in the body that are kind of spinning around that don't seem to ever come to resolution, that we can support a little release here. Maybe there's some part of that can be released now. Maybe there's a health issue that seems to be stuck, that we need a little more flow in that area. Maybe there's a disconnect from source that we need to strengthen a little bit more. Anything blocking that? That's our birthright. We want to make sure we have that. Good. Few more. Let's do one more to each side. All right. Then let the feet come closer together. All right, and time for some dropping post. Focusing on the exhale. Feel that nice vibration going up from your heels to the crown. Feel that nice vibration up through the spine, to the neck, all the way to the head. Releasing anything in the arms and the shoulders and the hands. Good. And then begin to slow it down. Slow it down and pause. Take a breath in and let's do our stacking the bones. Get nice and tall. And release. And great realignment of the bones here. Breathe in. Exhale. So the shake starts to loosen things up, and then we straighten everything up to kind of release anything out of the joints. All right, and let's try one more round. Another round here. There we go. Where can you bring more relaxation? Where are you holding on still? Maybe those shoulders are really tight and it's kind of like, oh, I'm not bouncing that high. Let's see if we can let a little bit of that go. How about that jaw or the back of the head and neck? These areas that we hold a lot of tension. Maybe in the upper back or mid back, lower back, hips, knees, even the ankles, even though they're quite active right now. Good. And another nice deep breath. And begin to slow it down. And once again, let's stack the bones. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, release. Good. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale. And one more time. Good. Let's do one last round, but we'll make it a celebratory round. So let's try that. I'll take you through it. So let's just bounce for a moment here. And then we're going to help the heart a little bit. So bring your hands forward and let's make some circles. Circle the wrist. That's going to activate the heart channel. All right. And then out to the side. And because it's the last day and we passed the exams, we did our solo treatments. Yay! All right. We did it. And then slowly let them come down. Last few shakes here. All right. And then come back and just feel that for a moment. Get a sense of the heart opening. All right. And then let's step out. And a little bit of trembling horse. Shake the wrists, elbows, shoulders, and shake it down your back. Inhale. Fingers Wrists, elbows, shoulders. Oh, there we go. Few more. Oh. Oh. Last couple. Oh. Oh. There we go. All right. Nice and vibrant. Live here. Pulling down the heavens. Gather earth, nature, and sky. Let's wash down over the front. Shaking loose and releasing anything that's still kind of hanging out there in the field here as we do the same down the back. And moving into the center of the body. All right. And hands to the sides. Let's begin tonifying here. Let's breathe in and out. Yeah, let's also just let's play with this one for a moment, actually. Let's play with that. Just get a sense of that. That little movement up the back, down the front. See how powerful that is. And we can try a few the other direction. Get a sense of moving the chi in the microcosmic orbit, our little microcosmic orbit here. Wow, this is quite powerful. I'm learning too. Trying each direction to see how that is. Kind of like a little mini fire cycle and then a mini water cycle. Good. And then just a little slow that down for a moment and go back to the original and just see the difference. Just notice the difference. See what's more powerful for you. Inhale, exhale. This is part of now that you're completing this first year, this is a great way to kind of start to play with the exercises. So you know how the exercise goes. This is our exercise. But as you start to get more connected with the energy, then these other things can come up where we do that different movement. So one more round of the lower hands. And this is the kind of play that you can have with the movement and get a sense of, whoa, there we go. There's a different sense of how it's moving. I feel like when I do that, I have a little bit of left and right movement happen too. So you start to build on the learning that you have to see how you can make it even more powerful for yourself. Good. Couple more breaths. And then let the hands come down. Good. Just breathe. Get a sense of that energy. Do that in your mind for a moment. And then let's bring our focus to the spine. Let's start to open up the spine. Breathe in. Lift your hands out to the side. Bring your hands above the head. Fingertips start to drop down. Head starts to drop, and you roll down the spine as we do our 5-yin opening. All the way down towards the earth. Grab a little energy with your hands, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, bring it forward so the pelvis will stack. Vertebrae going up one at a time. Exhale back down. Opening flow through the spine, bringing more suppleness here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Loosening up. Where are you still holding tension? Good. Inhale all the way up. And then bring your hands down as we say hello to the lungs. Inhale. Exhale. Smile to your lungs. Lift, flip it over, extend. Inhale. Exhale. Pouring the lungs. And of course, the metal element. We all know that, though. We all got it right. Inhale. Smile to your lungs. Like you're breathing through your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Let it settle deep into the lungs and all the way down to the danchen as well. One more time. And then bring your hands close to you and drop them down. Take your right foot out. Good. Wide stance. Left hand behind you, right hand in front. Let's support that lovely right kidney. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Couple more. Oh, let's do one more. I feel like I need one more here. Good. And then let's transition and go to the other side here. So now we'll support the left kidney. I'm actually going to give you a little preview of therapist. So we're going to do a little preview of therapist. So as we go down and we exhale, let's add the shri sound. So it'll be shri. And now as we're scooping up the water, let's breathe in blue light. Let's work with both. Little preview of the therapist here. Exhale, shri. Inhale, more blue light. Blue, beautiful water energy. One more time. Shri. And inhale. Now let's do it at the whisper level. Shri. Helping the emotion. Breathe in more blue light. Good. Again, whisper. Inhale. And gathering that blue light. Get a sense of it going all the way into that left kidney. Now let's do the sound internal. Let's do our mysterious sound. Gathering the blue light. Let it fill up that left kidney. And one more time. Good. All right. And just you can notice maybe the difference between the two. It's quite powerful when you add the sound as well. So bring your hand, left hand to your side, right hand extend, bring the feet a little bit closer. Let's support our liver. Inhale, 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 exhale, exhale, exhale. Smile to your liver. Let's support that nice smooth flow of chi. I tried to say two words at once there. Smooth flow of chi. Smile. Breathing in for 3, of course. Breathing out for 3. Good. And finishing the one you're on and do one more. And when you're ready, bring your left hand over your right hand. Take a nice breath in. Let's smile to the heart. Let's exhale and create our nice safe space for the heart, for the Shen. Inhale, exhale. Breathing into the heart, breathing out. Creating that nice space. Once again, forehead, heart, pushing through. Hold the ball, press the hands. Hold the ball again, press the hands. One more, over to the right. One more to the left. And then come back to the center and once again, place that ball in your heart. Get a sense of the right color that will support your heart at this time. Smile into your heart. And then hands down. Let's do the spleen. Breathe in and gather energy, earth, nature, and sky, all the beautiful energy around us, but also let mainly the earth energy coming down through the crown. And then flick away any charge and then touch thumbs and index fingers. And let's inhale, bring that hand up, create our diamond. Exhale as we twist to the right. Inhale, exhale. So a little bit of a rise up, a little drop and twist. Inhale, exhale. Using your upper peripheral vision as a way to not overstretch the neck. I haven't been reviewing the tongue positions, but for this one, remember the tongue goes to the lower, right below the lower teeth, pointing towards the earth. If you want to work with tongue positions, the heart position was our usual one, right behind the upper front teeth. Liver would have been straight up like a tree, right to the center of the mouth. You can also do the water position, which is in the back, towards the soft palate. And then the metal position is against the teeth, tip of the tongue against the back of the teeth. Yeah, let's do one more here. One more to the right. One more to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let the hands drop down. Bring your hands to your navel. Let your tongue go back behind the upper front teeth. Back to the fire position, our kind of our neutral supportive position. And let's fill up our lower down chin with our turtle breathing. So, hands to the side. Inhale, bring them up, circle them around, make a soft fist. Exhale, squatting down to the level that works for you. Take a breath at the navel, front of the pelvis, side of the waist. kidneys, Ming Men, hold. Run your microcosmic orbit. Exhale to the navel. And let's roll out. Inhale. Circle around. Exhale, squatting down. Take a breath at the navel, front of the pelvis, side of the waist, kidneys, Ming Men, hold. Run your microcosmic orbit. And then exhale back to the navel to fill it up. Great. Inhale, here we go. Gather some chi. Exhale, squat down. Take a breath at the navel, front of the pelvis, side of the waist, kidneys, Ming Men, hold. Run your microcosmic orbit. Exhale to the navel. And fill up, and then roll up. Kind of an empty breath for a moment, and then inhale here. Circle around. Exhale as you squat down. Inhale, navel, front of the pelvis, side of the waist, kidneys, Ming Men. Our 5 spots. Hold the chi. Run the microcosmic orbit. Exhale back to the navel. There you go. Good. One more at a time. And here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, navel, front of the pelvis, side of the waist, kidneys, Ming Men, hold. Nice packed chi there. Run the microcosmic orbit. Exhale back to the navel. Fill your danchen and then roll up. And start right into a pulling down the heavens. Earth, nature, and sky. Might feel a little lightheaded. That's the chi moving. Let's bring it back down. Let's gather it into the danchen, where it can support us for later. Inhale, earth, nature, sky. Give a little support down the back. Washing it down and filling the lower danchen. One more time. Here we go. Right through the crown of the head. Down through the center of the body. Filling the danchen. Pause there and breathe. Get a sense of this energy coalescing into a ball. That ball compressing into a pearl. Good. See that pearl drop down to your pelvic floor. And let's do some Guangdong stroke spirit. Inhale. Exhale. Moving the chi through the microcosmic orbit. Follow your flow. See if you can feel that energy. See if you get a sense of it going up the spine, and then it's a little more like a waterfall down the front. This is a little more visceral. You feel it a little bit easier up the spine. Just moving that energy. Good. Bringing a sense of balance and harmony to the body. Breathing only with the nose. Make sure that tongue's on the upper palate. Three more. Bring that all down into the danchen. Pause and breathe. Good. Let the hands come down. And time for our golden ball. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just work with the idea of moving the energy. Kind of our closest little exercise to kind of a Tai Chi exercise here. Moving the energy, really bringing harmony to the body. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Breathe in, bring it close. Breathe out, push it away. Breathe in, press it down. Exhale, release. Moving the energy like a working with the different aspects of a ball. Good. Good. And then exhale to release. Bring your hands back. Take a few deep breaths. Feel your energy. And then bring your hands into prayer position. Feel all that energy that we built up in the lower dantian. Take a nice breath into that energy. And on the exhale, get a sense of it flowing up in two rivers, to the underarms, all the way down the inner arms, and filling up your hands with heat, light, and vibration. Inhale. From the backs of the hands, all the way down the backs of the arms, down the spine, into the dantian via Ming Men. Exhale, back up. All the way into the hands to warm them up. Inhale. Backs of the hands, down the spine, into the dantian via Ming Men. Exhale up. Inhale back down. And just breathe with this idea of moving the energy, creating more heat and vibration in the hands and moving the energy better through the body. So get a sense of those two streams on the exhale coming up each side of the chest to the underarms, down the inner arms, into the palms. Little pause there before you inhale. Backs of the hands down, over the shoulders, down each side of the spine, into Ming Men, into the dantian. And then we exhale to send it back up again. Feel the energy flowing. Feel that warmth getting even more in the hands. Get a sense of that vibration. The heat and chi creating vibration in the hands. Getting no sense of resonance. Follow that through the whole cycle. Exhale up the front. Get a sense of it going down the inner arms, into the palms, little pause, and then inhale. Filling up the Danchen again. Good. Nice and warm, vibrant. Five more breaths. Bringing the energy back to the Danchen. Let your hands rest there. Let your feet come a little closer together. A moment just to become aware of all this energy. And let's lock it in with our 9 rotations. Do 9 more in the opposite. And then rub the hands, generate a little bit of heat. Bring them up by your eyes or your glasses, soak it in. Through the brain, all the way to the spine, down the spine to the Danchen. Couple more breaths. Little wash of the face, up the center, down over the ears. Little tap of the forehead, crown, side of the head, back of the head, back of the neck. And let's come down to the shoulder. Let's stimulate down to the palm on this side, do the back of the hand. Go into the underarm, down the side of the body. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Shoulder to the palm, back of the hand, through the elbow to the shoulder, underarm down the side of the body, heart and lungs, digestive organs, going up your right side, across the top, down the left, up the ascending, across the transverse, down the descending colon. One more time. Into the sea of chi beneath the navel, round the chi belt, say hello to the kidneys again, lower back, and then down the outside of the legs, around the feet and toes, up the inside, back into Wuji as we tap the sea of chi. One more time, and let's come back in the Wuji posture and just breathe and feel that connection with earth and divine and nature. Good. Feeling how much stronger that is. And let's take that beautiful energy. Let's have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, a little different. Was that fun? The practices expand as we go.
Yeah.
Any comments or chats?
Oh yeah. Yep. We get a
Yep.
lot more of that. We'll do that with all the organs and play with it in different ways. So I just thought I'd give you a little taste.
He's a therapist.
Yeah.
Taking what you know and
Yeah,
growing it. Yeah.
exactly. Naomi,
Hi.
you're looking more vibrant today, by the way.
I think it's makeup, John, but I'll take it.
Oh.
Well, she's also not in bed.
Yes, that's what I mean. She's upright and she's looking quite
Yeah,
energy filled. That's
I
cool.
actually do feel more vibrant today. I did the Matsunaka yoga for the elements, the stretches, the yoga stretches, which is the
Ah,
first time that I've done any
Great.
exercise since I had surgery. So that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. So I've done quite a lot of practice today. It's nice. Yeah, thank you. And that was lovely. Really, really felt I can really feel my chi moving. I have two questions. So I'm not doing sounds at the minute, but would I do like hidden or could I do sounds in my mind or just no sounds at all
well,
while depleted?
that's true. Okay, so the heavy bleeding, yes.
Yeah.
I've stopped bleeding now, but it's only been
Oh.
one week since no bleeding, and
Yeah.
I've bled for 50 days out of the last 75. So I'm just trying to, you know,
Okay.
come back. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to stay away from the sounds at this point.
Right.
Yeah,
okay. So
but
not
yeah,
even like in my mind, no.
I think that's, because one of them is for the physical aspect, but the other is the emotional and
That's
Yeah.
spiritual.
that's
So I
what I
think
wondered.
you should be able to do those. Yes.
That's what
Yeah,
I was thinking too, because I'm
Yeah.
thinking, yeah, don't work on that physical level at all.
yeah.
Yes.
But just the yeah, I thought I that's what I intuitively thought. Oh, I could do these emotional and spiritual level
Yeah, because there's
ones.
some of that involved in this process too. Maybe some worry,
Yeah,
maybe
Yeah.
some, and you want to support letting all that
yeah.
transform and
Yeah.
move.
Thank you. And then my other thing is this 5 yarn. I mean, I just can't feel anything in there. I can visualize, but
Did you play
there is
with this one? With the
yeah,
circling like Wendy was talking about and we did today?
nothing. Like it's
Okay.
just
Well, but keep working on it.
I was gonna say,
doing it, like keep trying to feel something.
But you feel the microcosmic orbit?
Yeah.
Do you feel the microcosmic orbit in that part of your body?
I mean, I can, so I'm going up the back and down the front. Yeah, I could, but it's diffused in that part of my body and it's very light.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
can think of this as a microcosmic orbit that just comes up to Ming Man and the navel and kind of goes across, or up to the solar plexus and goes across. So if you've got the microcosmic orbit down below, and you can feel it, then you're just crossing it back over.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It is weird that I can feel that, and because that's what I'm trying to imagine. But
And so this is so good though to work on this. This is
yeah,
considered to be the chi engine of the body.
it is.
I mean, I get it. I
And
totally.
especially for women, when you have these menstrual issues, to have that chi working. So if you can bring microcosm come up and down, and then when you get down, just kind of rotate down here and then go up and around and then
Right.
rotate down below. Is
Okay.
that something that you feel you just try that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
And Inga too, try that. Inga says she has the same and around and then down below.
And even if you want to add the hands like a guangdong,
Yeah.
just to work with the idea of helping to guide it full microcosmic orbit, smaller, full, smaller.
well, I think I think what's happening, I can visualize it. There isn't a sensation to it.
Okay.
For the whole orbit, there's no sensation? Okay, well, that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just visualizing it. That's what's happening. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So just keep working on it and keep
Yeah.
visualizing it. And at some point, the visual should break through to kinesthetic
Yeah.
awareness.
I think so too. I think
Yeah.
and I think when that happens, you're gonna have a big shift in your health too. I'm just getting told that as soon as you do get that sensation, it's gonna do a big shift on this the
This
menstruation.
whole thing.
And yeah,
Yeah.
Huge.
makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
How about Inga? Did you feel it playing around with it?
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a long time, and it's almost like I have this belief and trust that it's working and it's doing something, but I
Okay.
don't really connect with it in that kinesthetic way. I cannot
Mm.
really feel it. And even when we do the bowl, I'm like, okay, I'm aware that there is a bowl here, that we are expanding and
Yeah.
contracting, and my mind is following it, but I don't have a sense of it. And I tried all these exercises to like activate it and
Yeah, yeah.
really feel it, but
Mm.
it's I don't know, some kind of strange disconnect.
Right. So, yeah, I just, like you say, you've been doing this for a long time. So, yeah, so, obviously you're very visual and
Yeah.
you probably get like those of us who are kinesthetic are like, oh, visual, we wish. But this
I
is,
want that, whatever they are having.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, exactly is right.
So all you kinesthetic people out there who feel grumpy because they're kinesthetic, this is the
That's
other half
right.
of being visual. Is
That's
it
right.
real? If I'm only seeing it, is it really happening?
Yeah,
Mm,
Yeah, because then you get that doubt in your mind.
right.
yeah.
So, so yeah, but really it's, keep it going
Mm.
and keep working on it that way. And because I do have visual people who are visual only who do break through. And then once they break through, everything, really takes off. John, did you start off more visual? No, you were
No, I
kinesthetic.
started to get more visual later, but
Yeah, no.
it was very kinesthetic.
But there are people who've been in this class who were started off like visual and thinking it wasn't real, and then finally they started to really feel it. And then that was,
Right.
a really nice breakthrough. Just
Well,
like,
it's really good to hear that there is a possibility of a breakthrough. Something
oh
I really
yeah,
look forward to.
Yeah.
yes, no, absolutely there
There
is.
is a
Yeah.
possibility, strong one, yes.
Well, it's just like those of us who are kinesthetic, we have this breakthrough where we see it. It's like, oh my God,
Yes.
I saw it.
Mm.
I'm like you exactly what you said. I'll have what they're having. Because we get really the kinesthetic ones, we get very excited when we start to see
Yes, I
things.
remember the
It's
first time
like,
I saw it, I was like,
wow, me too. It's like, oh,
it was like, oh my God.
yeah. It takes quite a while. It can
Yeah.
take a while. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to also
Oh,
share.
sorry.
I'm going to Peru, and
Oh.
that land is so special for me. And
Mm.
I feel like the earth energy is amplified, and I feel that when I'm there, I actually can feel more. That
Hmm,
Ah.
I feel that the channel heaven and
there you
earth
go.
more activated. So I'm looking forward to bring that next level of my practice and
Oh,
cultivation
nice.
and see how it's going to be this time. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there
I
you
just had
go.
I said that experience being in Sedona.
I can see that.
Energy is stronger there, and it was really fun to play with, with the Qigong in Sedona just because,
Mm,
and to meditate there because everything was amplified by the earth energies.
Mm,
right.
very
Yeah, well,
cool.
very nice. Yes. Have a wonderful trip there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have a wonderful trip and try to see if
Yeah.
you can bring a part of that back with you, at least energetically, as
Absolutely.
best you can. I know there are all these
Absolutely.
special areas. It's hard to do that, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. And there is actually a guy that lives there who has merged the qigong understanding of the energetic field with the local understanding of the energy, the shamanic
Oh,
Kero
wow.
lineage understanding. And so he does this Andean Qigong, which is very
Oh.
interesting. It's like
Oh,
very similar,
wow.
the three centers and the way that they see the three levels, three worlds. So, and they have their own animals in the medicine wheel. And so he's kind of merging that. It's really fascinating.
Oh, well, I
Yeah.
think I know who this is. I've had people study with him.
Okay, interesting.
What's his name?
He has an unusual name.
Sylvia studied
Um,
with him, I think.
Sounds
Alberto?
he
fascinating.
lives around Pisac.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, so is this a big group that goes sort of all over the world, people follow?
No, he's just a local based in Pisac. Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking of something else, but there's
Mm,
another one that does merge these two as well.
mm.
And it's called
Interesting.
Five Spirit or something.
Alberto Villalobos?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Thank you, Alberto.
I didn't know Alberto
Yeah.
is integrating Qigong into his shamanic
It's very
worldview.
okay. Well, I just really feel like it is. When I have people, I've had students who study with him who've come to this, and they're always
Oh,
like, "Oh, that's the same as
oh,
Anyway,
strange.
maybe he
Mhm.
doesn't cross it over so much. Maybe they're crossing it over more.
Yeah.
They're just saying
Yeah,
oh, look, this I learned this same thing there. But of course, all wisdom is like that. When you get real
Right.
earth wisdom, it's going to be everywhere the same, just with different words on it, right? So
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think that happens there. That Alberto is actually teaching the Andean energy practice. He doesn't call it Qigong. He doesn't
No, he
refer to the
doesn't call it that.
Chinese
No.
lineage. No,
No, he doesn't. No.
but it is
Yeah.
very, very similar to what we're doing here. Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
exactly. Yeah.
Love that. Well, that's the
Yeah.
whole thing about that Utsi. Remember when we saw that
Yes.
very first seminar? We saw the
The
person
Iceman
that
from the Alps. Yeah.
yeah, the Iceman that was stuck there that had all this Chinese,
Symbols.
symbols and stuff. The Bagua on his body. It's like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
So,
Yes.
yeah, the energies go all over the place. It's quite amazing.
Mhm.
I
Mm.
love
Yes.
that.
Truth is truth.
Yes,
Just
exactly.
comes with different words in different
Yes,
places.
let's get it out there in mass consciousness.
It
Yes.
all comes from the same source,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, it
supposedly from
does.
Lemuria, Atlantis, from the times before the flood.
Yes. That's true. And really just also, yeah, just that wisdom. Yeah, coming through. And it's truth, so it can't be, it comes in
Right.
colors and flavors, but it's still underneath it all is the truth.
Yes.
Esther.
Esther.
I wanted to say something to Naomi and the lady forgot him.
Inga.
Inga who just spoke. The first time, if you go back to the first tape, maybe that works. The first time you taught us the microscopic orbit, I felt that the two of you were sending the energy and showing us the way.
Yes.
And it's just like it's the light body work. So maybe if you go back to that again, it can help you get a feel of it. I mean, it was great. You really supported us. I loved it.
Yeah, there's some meditations that you can go back to and listen to and
Kind of go back to the
yeah.
basics, you're saying. Yeah.
Well, also back to, I mean, there's a very strong transmission if you go back
Exactly.
Oh, God. Yeah,
into
right.
that meditation.
Right.
That's what I
Yes.
meant. The two of
Yeah.
you were doing an energy transmission.
Yes.
I picked it up. It was very strong. It was very helpful.
Yes.
And that's the first, okay, now I got what they want me to do. Like
That's
was
right.
great. So maybe my guess is that it's also in the tape. So if you go
Oh,
back
it
to
would
that,
be. It would be in the tape.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
that might be very helpful.
Good suggestion.
Yes,
Yeah.
good suggestion. Because that one has, because we're powering up your microcosmic orbits in that
Exactly.
one. Yes, we are.
Right.
Do you have an exact address where, which seminar was it? Which day?
That would be in all of the seminar one.
Seminar 1,
And
yeah.
and it's in the Google Drive.
Right.
Just a moment. To my Google Drive.
It's in the Google Drive folder for guided
Yes, for
meditations
seminar
that were
1.
additional. Okay.
Yeah, seminar 1.
Microcosmic orbit meditation. Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm just thinking, is there more than one in there? But it would be the one that's the oldest. So I think you could, although they get put in there the same day, or it would be the one that's the longest.
Yeah.
Because we spend a lot more time. Yes.
Mm,
Now if
thank
I
you.
can- Just looking at that. And there's a bunch of years of them, which is always
Oh yeah,
fun.
you can go look at all previous years too and see which one
Yes.
resonates.
Yes, there it is. Microcosmic orbit first. I call it first run. Yes. I don't think I can share it out of here and put it in.
Yeah, can
Yeah.
you? I don't know. Will it go
I
into
have to just put everybody's name in. So yeah, that's a
Oh,
little
okay.
trickier. But yes, that's what it's called, first run. Yes. And then there's a second one, which is not the first run. Of course. So
Yeah, I really felt the strongest the first run. Like you showed us the way.
Yeah.
yeah, well, we went very slowly. We went
Oh yeah, we
point to
worked our stair
point.
step.
But then when you were sitting with it, we were charging it up.
Yeah.
But that'll still be there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can totally tune into those energies because it's not us charging it up. It's because it's, greater forces that are moving through us, and they will be there.
Mm-hmm. So a
Yes.
little comment from Naomi too. I didn't doubt that it was happening because I could see it because I didn't realize I was meant to be feeling anything.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean, seeing it, is if you're visual, that's how it
That's
goes.
how it shows. Yep.
Yes. Okay, well, let's move on to hearing about your sessions. And I did get wonderful feedback from people who got those sessions. So, yes. Okay. So, who would like to share, like get it done?
Barbara's got her hand up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
I'd like to get it done.
Yes.
And then Elena's next.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did the med. This person was 75 years, had
Mhm.
high blood pressure, which was controlled, and which was lifelong. Afterwards, I found out since she was young and doing well now, and wanted peace in the session itself, or to gain peace. So when I started and I did the magic circles, I had concentrated, I guess, or thinking about, no, go back to research, doing research on what is high blood pressure, because where does it come from? What organs are linked,
Mhm.
so that I'd have an idea of what to add into the session or where to concentrate. So heart, lungs, that connection there, and down into the liver. And then when I did the magic circles, the physical came out, and there was heavy beating in that physical and some black with a dark red. So it's pretty consistent with what was happening in her body. But I got the strongest on the energetic side with this particular client, which coincided with what I got into the session itself. So on the emotional or energetic side, there just seemed to be a lot of things going on there, more so even than on the physical side. When I got to the spiritual on the magic circles, It was very broad, very open, very colored, just contentment and peace at the spiritual side of it. So when I got into the session, I'm just to talk about the energetic or the emotional level. When I did the magic gloves, there was some on the physical side around the heart and, moving back and forth from the lungs, but it took me more back out into the energetic level
Mm.
and had me do work there. When I did the flat palm analysis, when we look at the physical and I was over the heart, it was again, I was feeling my hands were actually moving up and down pretty quickly over the heart. And my hands were actually moving with that. So the heart came through quite a bit. The one of the things that I did during the session is I added some things for the heart issues. But then the client said, well, I've got, at the end when we were talking about prescriptions, a lot of things that I was going to do as a prescription, she said, well, I've got that under control. But she did confirm that a lot of her issues were coming at the energetic level. So we had more of a discussion there. Um, I think one of the things that came out is as I was going through the session, there was a exercise that I was going to add. And in the session itself, I stopped to look for that exercise. And the client told me after that she'd actually got up from where she was lying down to see if I was still there because I lost the connection with her. So it was kind of interesting, right? But then I was thinking about it overnight and I thought, well, maybe I should have reconnected myself because I didn't find the exercise and I kind of got a little bit flustered and the connection was lost a bit and I felt it too. But now that I think about it, I thought, well, maybe I should have just stopped and reconnected myself to the client before I kept going forward. But I was looking at the clock, looking at the time and thinking, well, I'll just keep going then. So I did think that I caught myself, but it was interesting that the client felt that too. And she said we did reconnect, but it took a little bit there for me to get back with that. When I went
Thank you for sharing that. And that applies to all of us.
Yeah.
It's like if you've got a phone that goes off or something, like you're in the middle of a session and then something happens, like there's a knock on the door, there's
Right.
some message and you get distracted around it.
Yeah.
That connection can be lost and people can feel it. And some people don't feel it like overtly, like she was someone who's got enough experience that she knew that something had broken the connection. But
Right.
it's just really good for all of us to, be reminded of that.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah, so-
continue.
Would it have been a good idea to sort of stop and just center myself again before I kept going then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can do that pretty quickly because you've just been in that soup,
Right.
but you got to you stepped out of it. Now you got to step back into it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think too that, when I looked at going into the energetic level, I thought, it's like stress and there was a lot going on. So that's why I was going to put the extra exercise in there. When I got to the prescriptions that I had identified, she was actually doing some of that already.
Yeah.
So I'm going, well, that's good because that's what I would have recommended with this. So I did still say that I would send her a video I found. Um, and it had 5 exercises, 7 minutes that were all geared toward high blood pressure.
Mm.
Mhm.
But some of the other things, so when I do the prescriptions in writing, which I'm going to do today, is I thought what I would say, I would have done breathing exercises. You're doing those, continue those. I was going to suggest meditation to reduce some of the stress and get that moving, continue to do that. Heart sounding of the heart. I thought that one would still be a good one for her to do. And then there's 5 exercises. It's a quick 7 minutes, but I did say to her that, that's a daily thing. And I asked her about what she was doing from the stress. So she did confirm that that energetic level was the most important for her. And I think the spiritual level, after talking to her, I mean, that exists within her. So I had picked that up. So that the heart was a little different though. She said it was under control, but I felt that there was still some issues there,
Oh,
right? I still felt some of that jerking happened.
yeah. So, but I would say that for her, from where it's been, it's like under control. Doesn't mean that it's gone or that it's better or that it's normal.
Mm.
I would say that that just means that, she's actually made some great strides and it's much better than it's been before. And
Yeah.
so yeah. So
Yeah.
I
So
think
I
she's
guess if
just,
we think of it that way, then, right? Because it's a lifelong thing with her as opposed
Oh,
to
yes,
right,
something that's going to be
right.
healed.
yeah.
Hmm.
But your suggestions and the work you did was obviously really good. So yeah.
Thank you. It was yeah, it was a learning experience. So I appreciate doing it on the own, right? Because it does sort of this thing about losing the link. I mean, I don't know if I would have thought of that before I did this particular session.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was good.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, it was very good.
Thanks,
Yes.
Barbara.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Now to the other side of the world.
Yeah,
Elena. Yes.
yeah. Well, I had a lovely treatment with my client. I
Hmm.
enjoyed it a lot. Um, I have some questions because I was like, oh, I don't know how to deal with this, but I just went with intuition.
Okay.
Um, uh, in her form, in the what she
Hmm.
sent was that she had pain in her left jaw and left neck and back, and almost all the pain was on the left, thigh and back pain. And what she wanted was to release, she wanted to release the discomfort and more flow and balance in her
Mhm.
life. So when I did the magic circles, um, I had some downloads for the physical part, and I had a feeling that the pain in the jaw came from teeth grinding, and she confirmed that she does that.
Mm.
Um, but also that it was all kind of connected. The pain in the because the pain, the jaw and the back pain was connected. I didn't know how, but it was this is what I got. And then on the emotional circle, well, then there I had a lot of information that she's so compassionate for everyone and demanding on herself that she has to be always available and all those things. So this is just the whole thing I felt, and I shared that with her, and she confirmed that is something that she struggles with,
Mhm.
and a lot of stress in her life. And then she shared um, that she has one kidney. The right kidney is removed 5 years ago, and then it made so much. There was so much logic for me then because it's kind of the left side was compensating for this right side. But then I was okay. I know from I think Wendy shared a story some in one of the previous classes of someone who was born without a kidney, or it doesn't matter when you don't have the actual organ, it still is there energetically. So I just went through the whole treatment like there was a kidney. It wasn't that I just did the kidney tonifying on the left side and the right
Mhm.
didn't do anything. For me it
Yes.
was there energetically. What I did during magic gloves um was Yeah, and because there was a lot of pain in the mid and lower back, so I gave her sort of an energy ball healing on the spine. But then I did um, Divine River of Light
Mm.
for the whole because she felt very not really depleted, but very tired and stressful, and she wanted balance in her life. And this is something that she repeated quite a few times that she wanted flow and balance. So for me, this the Divine River of Light was kind of very, very suitable.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, I just reconstructed sort of because she told me that she has the feeling of the channel that is connected to the right kidney that is taken out. There is a clip there.
Mhm.
And it doesn't go further. And she told me that she always feels that, like
Mm.
that it stops. So during the magic gloves, I just I don't know, I reconstructed sort of
Oh,
the
lovely.
Yes.
I don't know how to do that, but the magic gloves I knew,
Yeah.
so I was
Yes.
doing some reconstruction so that the flow could go. And then
Hmm.
later on, at the end of the whole treatment, I did the blue, red, and white treatment so that
Yes.
the whole flow could go to the whole.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have recognized that there was no kidney if she hadn't told me. But because she told me, when I checked during I don't know, because I did also the ascending the descending the yang, ascending the yin on her.
Yeah, the butterfly kind of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could feel um, on the right side, like my hands were going whoop, like there was
Yeah.
on the, and I tested a few times because I just wanted to get the feeling. How does it feel when there
Yes.
is an organ and when there is not an organ? And there was definitely a very, I felt a difference. That was very
Yeah.
wow for me. Of the density where there was an organ and there was when there was, and also
Yeah.
with the when I did the at the end the tonifying the hip
Yeah.
on the right side there was like there was it's like it was going in a not in nowhere, but on the other side it was more denser, like it went
Hmm.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, that I just wanted to oh yeah, and the prescription that I gave her, um I think kidney massage is always
Yeah.
very nice for this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And also this exercise, descending yang and ascending yin.
Hmm.
That's perfect.
Give it,
Perfect.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because she has done this training,
Yes.
I gave her an option if she feels like to do also the opening, closing of heaven and earth, because I think this is such an empowering
Right.
exercise to for more
Hmm.
not only physical power but also for spiritual and energetic power
Hmm.
and expanding and contracting rings because of the back pain.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And I wasn't sure about that. I gave it though, but I wanted to ask you if that's too much for someone who has one. Oh yeah, and she had also a cyst on the left kidney,
Hmm.
and that was something that I don't know what to do with a cyst, so I
Hmm.
just gave it love. I mean, the
Well,
kidney, not the cyst.
yeah, no, what you're doing, bringing the energy there, help you're supporting the kidney so the kid that allows the kidney to heal.
Right.
Mhm.
So that's doing the right thing. I mean, with someone who didn't have this background, that would have been too much. You would have overwhelmed them
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah,
everything.
I know.
But
Hmm.
she knew these things, so that was fine to be, suggesting
Yeah.
the exercises that you would suggest for her. Yeah,
Mm. Yeah.
that's good. I think you did great.
This is great.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
challenging. Yeah, challenging, but also you learn a lot, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's really good.
Hmm.
Yes. So thank you.
I love
Yeah,
that you played as if the kidney was there and you just worked with it, I think. Yeah.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
really good.
yeah.
Very good.
Hmm.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, who'd like to share? Wow, quiet. Freddie, yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. I'll just lower my hand. For
Yep.
some reason, my
Mm.
computer used to do that automatically and it doesn't anymore. Um, this is such a lovely session. It was such a treat to treat this particular person. Um, the request was to nourish the yin, support the menstrual cycle, support grounding. There was a real and there was a real desire in the body for grounding support. I did magic circles in advance.
Mm.
So, and it was just like physically, there was a lot of hot organs, hot cold organs. It was like too much brightness in the third eye, and like inflammation and sogginess, and just like this sense of like
Mm.
there was something about the demands on the emotions having a huge impact on the body. Like there was this
Mm.
sense of
Mm.
I've got to keep it together. And
Right.
then when I spoke to the person, um, I mean, that's kind of what was happening because they're planning a move, and it's very much like I just have to hold it together until I get to this next phase of the move.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm.
and like spiritually, like super tuned in and
Mm.
connected. Very clear that there were angels on their side. I had like on the spiritual level, I kept getting like all of these images of like this person walking by water, being in water, walking in the forest, like the flexibility and the softness on the spiritual level was like a real resource.
Mm.
Lots of support from guides. And when I asked, they were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, yes, obviously. Um, so for the session, I just and I kept on that was the other thing, like I kept on getting these little messages throughout the session, like but at different points. So it felt like there was a lot happening, like for me on my level as a practitioner, and I was having to take an awful lot of notes. Um, so yeah, lots of tonifying, like a huge emphasis on tonifying. And I kind of, with the magic gloves, I kept on having this like bringing the energy down into the earth through the feet. Like I kind of almost like there was this grounding cord coming through the feet down into the earth. Um, filling chakras with golden light, tuning them up, bringing the dantians together. There was the divine river of light. Then, and then I just kept on being told that like there was something about in the environment for the person, like whether it was like pollution or noise, kind of like sensory overload, and like they were so ready to move to the next place.
Mm.
Um, they said that the session felt balancing, which is good, and that they naturally came back to awareness at the end, which is cool because I like to say to the client's body, oh, we're finishing up the session now. And they don't always pick up on that, or I don't know, maybe my signal isn't that clear. Um, yes. Oh yeah, and they wanted a bit of feedback on whether now would be a good time to do a cleanse, like just like a liver cleanse. My intuition was that that would be too much. too much instability for the person at the time. So we basically just had a conversation about that, and she was like, maybe she was into considering different ways of kind of supporting her system. I prescribed Renwu Zhang. My prescriptions were a bit weird, to be honest. I prescribed a poem. But so there was this, like this, you know, the way there's the white tiger in the lungs. I kept having this image of like like her rolling around on the floor with the white tiger. So it was like, how do you connect more to the white tiger inside you? Like this, this is where the poem came from. Like the soft animal of your body, what does it need right now while you're in this moment of transition? Um, and as I was suggesting that, her cat walked across the screen, which was kind of cute. And there was also this question of, this was at the heart, what part of me has gone quiet, what part of me is ready to be expressed again. So there was a little bit of journaling. Um, and I also I had a conversation about what was realistic with their time constraints. Like, am I going to prescribe loads of things that they're not going to do? So it was a bit of a back and forth, and I just emailed the suggestions today. So yeah, that was that.
Great.
Very nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, really good. Okay. Yeah, moving is a huge stress.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm off mute. Yeah, no, my guy is very interesting. His intake form, he was only asking for general balancing and any deficiencies being tonified and things like that. And it's interesting, when I've done the magic circles, I'd felt a weakness on the left side. And he told me, oh, yes, by the way, I'd injured his knee about 2 weeks ago. I mean, he's an acupuncturist, so he'd been sticking needles in himself. But it was interesting. I'd picked that up. Generally, most of his didn't feel too bad on the physical, the emotional or energetic level. I was getting a feeling in the stomach and spleen area. I was getting a tightness, so thinking, oh, maybe some worry. I know he's coming up to the final exam and clinic. But he's saying, oh, no, not worried about it. But it was interesting as we were talking at the end, because when I did the flat palms reading, his spleen and stomach were quite agitated. There was a lot going on there and needed. It's one of the biggest sponges I've taken out when I was doing the treatment. And then when I was doing magic gloves, it was asking for a lot. And it came out, his wife's got him on a very strict diet. And he hadn't eaten for the sort of the last 16 hours before treatment. But yeah, it was just, there was a lot up there. With his knee, and I felt his hip as well. Normally with a stagnation, I find cold but there was quite a bit of warmth in there. So I was cooling it, putting cooling energy in and taking the heat out of his knee and pushing it down the channel out, because it was on the bladder channel. It's mainly the back of his leg, he said, was giving him grief. So yeah, and then I did some wrapping on it as well, all the way up to the hip, because that's where I was finding it was smaller energy problems there, but I think because of the knee, he transferred it up to the hip from being protective of walking. It physically adjusted, and that was when we did the pulse, I did the pulsing up the legs on the left side. Yeah, I could get it once I got it past the knee, it would go get to the hip, then go again. So you got these little blockages going up the body. But yeah, it was just generally, it was interesting. I felt a lot of cold in his lower dantian and the lower burner. So yeah, I'd done Ren 6 CFG, and I've put the heat in as well during the treatment. But that by the end, he said when I was doing the work on his leg, he was getting really agitated. His leg was getting quite active, and he was wanting to get up and walk during the treatment. It was by getting it moving and that. But that's what he was saying. That the feedback was at the end. He felt nicely calm and that. He said, yeah, during the treatment, his stomach started grumbling and making lots of noise. But then it was getting lots of energy and feeding that way, despite not having any food. Yeah, so there are a couple of things I was giving. One is not with us. I've done Tai Chi before, and I was giving him an exercise for Tai Chi walking on ice because he's lost a bit of confidence putting the weight onto his left leg. So it's just a way of really getting awareness into your leg as you're moving, and just doing that for a few minutes, sort of five minutes of really concentrating, heel down, shifting your weight slowly into your foot, so you get used to the energy flowing in, and also reversing it back, so going onto the toe, down onto the heel. So it's just getting him comfortable moving with that. Obviously wanted to, basically I was giving him the spleen tonification from the general routine, which he knows because he's, as I said, he's finishing his masters this year, I think. So yeah, it was just because the rest of him was actually felt quite balanced and relaxed even at the beginning. It was mainly his leg was the big issue, he thought. I found, as I said, that spleen, it was a big sponge came out of damp. But then it wanted a lot of energizing afterwards. And so I was putting quite a few energy balls in during magic hands. I kept putting, have another one in there while I went off and dealt with the knee. And every now and again, it's back there. And it's really weird. You're doing something and suddenly your hands want to go off somewhere else.
Exactly. I love that you did Tai Chi walking because you in therapist you learn Qigong walking, which is basically probably the same thing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to add to that. Yeah, if you have some other background and you know something, it's great to be able to add that.
Right.
Into a session. So the wisdom that you have is share your wisdom. Yes.
Agreed. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Like I don't have a lot of background in food and stuff, but I know other people do, and then they can offer different food suggestions and things too. So yeah, there's lots of different ways to support someone's health and vitality.
Yeah, herbs and lots of things. People, make sure that you know about it though.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you
yeah.
Or referring them to someone who does.
Yeah. Okay, who is next?
Who's next?
Well, Stacey, yes. How does the camera know?
What's that?
Always the person who's going to be next shows up on the left side, even though their hand isn't up yet.
Yeah.
Funny. It's
It just
magic.
knows.
It's the
Magic.
intuitive. I don't know.
Yeah. I just need to go and find my notes for the session. Sorry, I should have had this open. Okay, so my lady she's 69, and her intake form was a little bit lean in terms of some of the questions, but she did put on there that she has headaches that show up early in the morning. They're less frequent than they were before, but she still gets them and would like to know what the root cause is. So when I met with her, I asked her if she had a headache like that day, like yesterday, and she did. So that was kind of good for me to play with. Not good for her, but good for me. Um, so that was something that I had kind of done some research on the night before just to see like what would be helpful for headaches. And we do have the headache treatment in our notes, which I had available, but I also found in the book, depending on where the location of the headache is, you could maybe do different things as well. So I wanted to try to incorporate some of that. But I did magic circles right before I met with her. And in the magic circle, for the physical level, um, I did feel like a sense of heaviness, like being pushed backwards, almost like not necessarily like a weight on my chest, but just a general sense of just feeling like being pushed backwards.
Hmm.
I don't know what that meant. And I was looking, because I know in one of our lectures we talked about the unconscious body movements that you do, and I was trying to find one for backwards, and I don't recall anything for that. Um, but I have to look at that. Do you know what I'm talking about? The unconscious movements when you're,
Yes, but
yeah,
yes, there isn't one for backwards.
there was, okay. Um, so
But it could definitely be more of a kidney thing.
kidney thing, okay.
Yeah, because the back is always,
Yeah,
kidneys.
okay. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Um, Same with, I guess so, like if your head is like tilting backwards too in meditation, is that kidney as well then?
No, no, that's more looking upward.
Yeah, it's more
This is
connected with the
falling
mind.
backwards
Yeah.
is more to do with kidneys.
Okay,
It's a lack of chi in the back. So
Mhm.
you fall backwards.
okay.
Yeah.
And then the looking up then would be
Yeah, that's different. It's a different energy.
okay.
Falling backwards, like getting pushed backwards is different than this because that's usually people dying.
Oh, okay.
Looking upwards. If you get a lot of looking upwards, yeah. Or they're not in their body.
Okay. Thank
Like
you.
the person who's ungrounded.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting.
yes, if they're older and they're sick, that would be more about leaving the body, as I talked about.
Yeah, that makes sense for that one. But
yeah.
if you're
But if they're younger, it can definitely mean that they're just not rooted in their body.
mm,
Yeah.
okay. Thank
They're
you.
out in space. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I got for the physical circle, is just that backwards feeling. The
Yeah.
energetic level, it took me a while to feel anything in there or sense anything, but there was a lot of head energy when I did feel it, and it almost felt like a sensation of I drew a picture of what it felt like because I can't really explain what it felt like, but it was basically like just an arrow ticking upwards sensation.
Hmm.
And then it also felt a bit matrixy, like in the movie The Matrix, where it shows the computer and all these, ones and zeros and just,
Right. Yeah.
that's what it felt like in her energy. Um,
I have to
and
just I'll stop just for a brief
yeah.
second. When you were working and I went into your room, I saw that too.
What?
That's why when you just said that, I got chills because I saw this matrix stuff, this stuff going down. I was like, "Oh, that's weird."
Whoa,
I didn't know what that was
goosebumps.
all about, but I was like, okay. So I just
Wow.
continue, but I just wanted to let you know that I got it too. So that's why I was
Wow.
like, when you said that, I went, "Oh, wow."
That's crazy because in her feedback, when I said that to her, she's like, that's exactly it. So she resonated
Hmm.
with that. And I'm like, that was so weird for me to see that because it
Yeah.
took me a while to actually feel anything in that circle. I'm like, maybe I'm not going to feel anything, but then I just kept going back into that circle.
Oh, and I know this person and that matrixy energy.
Yeah.
that she's when she's into that, that's when she gets into her headache. So you're doing all the right things.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when she said it resonated, I'm like, okay, that's pretty freaking cool, but okay.
Yes.
Okay. Um, in the spiritual body, I I actually had a physical sensation in left hand, in the thumb and the index finger, almost like just a strong energy pulse. Like I could feel the energy in these fingers, finger and thumb, and I felt it twice when I went into that circle. But I also noticed, um, yeah,
Hmm.
I felt like just being in the presence of a lot of light. There's just a lot of light, almost like a column of light. Not like when you're dying, when you look up like
Yeah.
that, but it just felt like
Yeah.
light everywhere.
Yeah. She has a
Um,
large spiritual presence. Yes.
it felt that way, and it was like,
Yes.
wow, I
Yeah.
like it. Feels good. And then so when I had a lot of things in mind to do with her because I'm like, headache, does she have a headache or not at this time? And if she does, then I do this. If she doesn't, then I do this. But then I'm like, maybe I'll just like not overthink it. Um, but I ended up doing well, in the flat palm diagnosis, I definitely noticed this neck. Sorry, it was her right side, the neck jaw
Mm-hmm.
part. Um, and I noticed something in her liver, just a lot of energy there. And then, so I did a lot of work in the magic glove section, and it was mostly around the head and neck and the headache prescription, or not
Mm-hmm.
prescription, the headache treatment protocol,
Yeah.
just pulling stuff down into the arm channels and into the head, like just working on that quite a bit and just clearing those channels.
Yeah.
And I also remember doing, like when I was doing just the tiger kneading and the digestive organs after. I really focused on clearing out the stomach channels, like pulling in the jaw area quite a bit.
Yeah.
And she actually felt like she had like her jaw tension just loosen in her feedback, which I'm like, that's cool
Nice.
because I was kind of in there. Um, the other thing she said as well, because I was focused on the right side of her head quite a bit because that's
Mhm.
where her pain was. She said in the feedback that she felt like this, when a clock is ticking, that little tick, tick, tick. She's like, it felt like that with her head, and it was like kind of turning to the right.
Mm.
And then she adjusted her head, and then it kind of ticked again to the right. And maybe that was when, I don't know, when I was working on her head, and she's like, oh, and it just released after that. So I'm like, that's really cool that she felt that stuff. Um, what else? Just a lot of stuff going on with the magic gloves. I did two healing sounds with color, one for the spleen and one for the liver at the three different levels. And she said that she felt green, like she sensed a lot of green. I'm like, that's cool because I put in a lot of green in her liver. Um, what else? I put some needles in as well, left the liver 3 ones in. And let's see, I did put some energy balls in, so a white golden ball of energy into her head, and I asked it to remove any, because sometimes when people have headaches, it can be due to dampness or pressure changes. It could be just from her pillow or just her neck. So this energy ball would be to kind of seal up any areas of dampness that might contribute to the pressure change component of a headache. And just to kind of smooth out any of the tension in the neck and skull area.
Mm.
And I left that ball in there to just do what it needs to do until it's done. And then at the end, I did the tonification by filling up her kidneys with the beautiful light and then the microcosmic orbit. But then before I closed, I did a red, blue, white.
Mm.
And it was at the white component where it's kind of shooting out like through the taiji out of the head
Yeah.
and around, clearing out stuff in her space, in her physical space around her too. Because in the room she's in her house, there's some weird stuff going on with her
Yeah.
space. So I wanted to just knock all that stuff out too. Um, and then I just closed with the microcosmic orbit. And her feedback was like, yeah, some of the stuff that I mentioned from the magic circles was some stuff that other people have mentioned to her as well. So it was kind of reassuring. Um, yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Good. Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the homework I gave was just one exercise and it was a meditation. And I'm trying to find it in the handouts and I couldn't find it, but I think it's in the book. And I kind of mishmashed it. But
Mm.
basically, it's a meditation when she has a headache to just use an energy ball, ask the divine for an energy ball to go into the headache and just remove anything and visualize pushing it to the earth, like the toxicity out to the earth. So just
Mm.
kind of a little mini meditation like that. I
Mhm.
meant to give her this point, but I forgot. So maybe if I send her the acupressure point here.
Yes,
Mm.
she would know that, so she's very good at those things. But
Okay.
anyway,
Then
yes.
yeah, meditation.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
have to
great.
send it
It's
to her.
lovely.
Yeah.
Anyway, very good. Good work.
Thank you.
Mhm. Wow, everybody's doing such a good job. Wow.
Yeah. Should we have our break now?
Yeah, we're halfway through, I think. We got five of
We're
them,
halfway
so
through.
we got five more
Yes.
to go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, why don't
Okay.
we say we take a break now, everybody?
We'll come back at 13 past.
13 past the hour. There we go. We'll get very precise. 20 minutes exactly.
20 minutes. Yes.
All right. See everybody in 20 minutes.
Yes.
Let's pause our recording.
Okay. So there's a few people out there we haven't heard from.
Yeah.
So, and this is great. If you are in the other side of the world, when it comes to our clinics, we will do recording of the feedback for you, and we will also do some early morning, so you can also talk to us. So
Right.
8 o'clock our time.
Yep.
So early.
Makes for a little bit
Okay.
longer days for us, but we are very happy to do it because then you get a chance to be a part of that process.
Yes. Yes. It isn't just this time. So
Because we don't expect you to be there for this part because it's like 3 in the morning your time.
I know, because the clinic stops at
I mean, you're
1.
welcome to if you want. But
Yeah, the clinic stops at 1. Then when do we come back in? I guess we come back in at 2.
we come in at 2:30 and go
Yeah.
2:30 to 4:30 our time.
Yeah. So
Well, that's what? Well, for people in
it's a little late.
Israel and stuff like that. No, 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 no. That's after midnight.
Yes. Yeah, it's sometime in the morning.
So you
Early.
don't need to be there for that.
Yes. Okay, so who is ready?
Gavin, all right.
Yes.
Yes. So with the patient, the magic circles, physical was really around something around the weakness in the knees and a kind of a bit of a hunched over bend, um, kind of pelvis hip area. The emotional, um, I wasn't quite sure. I couldn't feel anything, which was strange. So I didn't know whether there was something there about not being in the body or whether it was okay or not. So I didn't know how to read that. And then spiritually, yeah, no, spiritually, there was an image of, yeah, so I just kind of been quite content in a kind of broad, spiritual world, really. So that felt good. The treatment, um, the flat palm, the revealed a kind of, and the sonar revealed blockages across the inguinal crease, around the kind of just where the hips are, and the torso joining the upper legs and around the hips, and yeah, kind of depletion in the knees, and the kidneys were quite weak. Um, the patient themselves was coming with feeling very, very tired because they were moving house, and so they'd spent the last couple of weeks packing. So that was the history on intake and treatment was really around tonifying the kidneys. So I did lots of tonification of the kidneys and tonifying through bubbling spring up to the kidneys and turned the patient around and did some almost like doing a kidney massage on them. So I was doing the kidney massage on them, bringing in the color and having that really sit into the kidneys. And a lot of work on grasping and shaking, that kind of, it felt like compacted energy, almost like concrete in the inguinal nook. And so it was just breaking up that compacted energy and tonifying the knees. And then Magic Gloves was brought me up to the head and to use a golden thread in between the ears, like flossing the brain. And also then doing some work on the liver with the eyes. So that kind of in and out through the eyes, um, purging the liver and energizing the liver that way. So that was the treatment. And then on feedback, she said she said that actually she'd injured her hip and she'd injured her knees. So that kind of made sense. And she was just obviously very depleted from just packing up her house and changing jobs, and there was lots and lots going on. So then, yeah, sent her the kidney massage video from you, John.
Mm.
So that was it.
Great.
Yes. I don't know. Did she share with you how she had healed herself of cancer with Qigong?
No.
Yes, anyway. So it might be depletion, but she's a bit of a powerhouse. So just wanted you to
Oh,
know that. And she was not supposed to live. So, and
Yeah.
she healed herself
wow.
with Qigong. So
Wow.
pretty amazing person. So
Hmm.
yeah. So probably really enjoyed all that in the kidneys. I'm sure
Yeah,
she
I'm
had
sure.
yeah. I mean, she did have a great session, she said.
Mm.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
So that was that.
Okay. Okay, who's next? Esther.
Esther. I was looking at you. I said, I think Esther's going next.
Yes.
Please unmute yourself so we can hear it.
I said I felt you asking me, so
I was
yeah.
like looking at you going, I think you're going next.
Okay. Yeah, where do I start? The information that I got from this lady is that she has mycotoxins, basically toxins produced by certain types of mold and fungi, and
Mm.
she tracks traces a lot of her lifelong physical problems back to having grown up in a contaminated house. that was close to the ocean, very moist, and she, yeah. Now I looked it up, and indeed, the symptoms is very broad that it can give. What shall I say? Second. Oh, so I did the magic circles, and the physical level I got in general low energy, and it felt heavy, but also sad. So an emotional component to the heaviness, like a downwards energy.
Yeah.
Second level, I felt worry, and also I felt literally the spleen. It's like the heart is sinking, foggy in the head, and emotional tiredness. And the third level, I saw the eyes crying, hopelessness, and a message that she needs a spark of light and hope. Now it's very interesting how the levels here like go a bit. I got an emotional component in the physical level, and in the spiritual level, there is also the physical component, the eyes crying, the hopelessness, the emotional component.
Yeah.
She admitted at some point that indeed she's like light in a light depression. So when I did my flat hand diagnosing, what I got through is, well, it was the eyes, but I thought it might be the third eye that I'm picking up on, and also the jaw. And I think the eyes and the third eyes, the eyes might be connected to the liver, which definitely I worked on a lot, the liver and the spleen. But it could have been the third eye, and the magic gloves did some things there. I don't know what. They know what they did. The liver also I picked up on. And with the sonar, I felt this heaviness in the legs, and basically the whole system was slowed down. Let's see. Okay, so what I did, so the purging of toxins, and so you really need, of course, I worked a lot on the liver and the spleen, also on the heart. I started out with the Divine River of Light. And this was very interesting because I've done this treatment with more clients, but I've never had such a strong energy like going through my hands. And with the feedback that she gave me, I have just such a mess. Okay. She said she felt as if another perfect body, shimmering, happy, vibrant, healthy, was building above her body and then descended down in her body. So those are her words, and I got a visual of that happening. When you reconstruct the body, first flushed out a lot of junk.
Yeah.
And reconstructed, it really felt like I got that visual, and she described it in words afterwards. Which was really, really good. She also worked on the lungs. She started breathing more deeply during the treatment. She felt that I worked on the liver and the spleen, and most of the time she was just in twilight phase. For the homework exercise, I gave her the old man searching in the tide pool for the reflection of the moon.
Yeah.
Emotional purging, getting things moving. I also looked it up. I told her where to find it in the books again, and I did it shortly with her. And we also said she's going to give me feedback. I felt it was also important to see, both for feedback for me and maybe also for her to have that connection. So, and another thing I didn't mention that besides the Divine River of Light, I did a treatment for chronic fatigue, where like really putting a lot of attention of bringing slowly the energy up in the legs, and like really I work like very slowly to get things flowing better again.
Yeah.
Very good.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds wonderful. And yeah, she sent more appreciation afterwards. So
Mm.
yeah.
Yes,
She
she
was more
did.
upbeat after the treatment than before the treatment.
Yeah.
Yes. So very much appreciated.
So that was really nice.
Good work. Thank you. Okay. And well, who are we looking at?
We looking at?
Someone's not looking at the camera, so because she doesn't want to see that we're looking at her.
Yes, Michelle.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Busted.
All right. Busted. All right, guys. So, so I tried to make sense of this because, of course, lots of notes and stuff. But okay, here we go. So if I had to put a theme on this, because I kind of see stuff with the imagery and the idea of movement, the theme for this whole thing, I would say for this client would have been transformation. That's what was kind of coming through for me. But I'll just give you the background here. A 40-year-old woman, lovely, open and warm. She's presenting very happy. She's had a recent move to a place that's beautiful. Her desires wanting to meet people because she's new to the whole place. At this time, she's very focused on her studies, which is a master's. Very open to mental, emotional, spiritual healing. So now she had rolled her ankle and sprained it about 2 weeks ago. So that's what she was letting me know about, some pain in the body. So now I'm just going to, this is kind of weird because the treatment itself, the day before I did magic circles at the clinic on a break when I was just exhausted. So I thought I'm just going to see what I can feel for her. So it was funny because when I did the physical one, I didn't get a lot from that. But then when I stepped into the circle for the emotional, it was like, whoa, download like crazy. So what I got was this. With it, I got the idea of purging and grounding because what I saw, so there was imagery, of course. And I heard, I'm always the weird one, but anyway, I heard show her. So I wrote that, what it was to tell her, which I'll tell you after. But in a nutshell, it was an overcast sky, a woman standing at a shoreline, and there are waves rolling in. Now, I see this a bit with clients, this imagery of the rolling in the waves, so it was familiar a bit. Mm-hmm. But I was watching it, it was rolling in, and you know when you get that really beautiful white foam that's all like lace coming into your feet, and then it kind of retracts, right, with the movement. This is what I kind of saw for her. And what I heard was, as it was coming in, it was just touching at her ankles. So I thought, So as it was pulling out, it was the idea of like releasing and letting go. So that was fine. And it was, like I said, it was overcast, but then the sun comes out and I saw a dog running along the shore in the water, out of the water, in the water, out. So what came to me was the blending of the emotion with the water, the vitality of a dog playing in the water. That's what I saw for that part. And then lastly, in that little bit, I saw from channeling class when I had that before, and I'd had my client, excuse me, and a hand had come out and there'd been shells. And in this case, I saw 3 cockle shells. Now, and it's funny because I didn't think a lot about that and share that too much with the client. But now that I've just kind of, it's dawned on me to kind of look it up. And what I thought right away was past, present, future. And what I got a sense of was again containment, because there's something that would hold. And then funny enough, it means a pilgrim on a journey. Now, I'm going to leave you with that and go to the treatment. So everything was fine coming through the first part. But before she settled in, she said, she showed me a blanket, and on the blanket was a mandala of bees, like this beautiful image of bees. And I went, oh, how interesting. And I thought, it's very busy, but then she settled in and covered herself with that. So for the first part of the treatment, everything was flowing. But when I was doing the flat palm, I kept being drawn to the right side of the body. So I was like, right side, right side. So over the lung, calming down a little bit, into the liver, then calming over again into the hips. So it was always going back to that. And then finally I was drawn to her right eye. Interesting. So when I got to the end of that part, I was just about to start the second, and she sat up, literally like, and looked at me and was like, because the camera, I was muted. So I wasn't able really to talk to her, because I think I was talking to myself the whole time and listening and whatever. But she said, Michelle, no Reiki. I said, oh. She said, I've had a bad experience with that in the past. And that's fine, because people have different experiences. And I remember looking at her thinking she could hear me going, no. Don't worry, there'll be no Reiki. We're just going to bring in your family. So I said that right away. And I went, oh, okay. Because I was at the end of the table. So then I went forward with that, with the magic gloves. I felt my guide come in, really moving in. I don't know. There was just lots of pull to that side where I felt the stuff. And that went on quite a bit. And then I do remember, though, I should say from the part, when it came with spleen, I had to take stuff out. I felt like I was wringing out a sea sponge, funny enough, wringing this out. So anyways, so after that was said and done, when it came to, after magic gloves, it came to filling up knees, hip, feet. I was very focused on putting chi, really trying to almost like to ground her, like really pull. It felt very empty on that right side. So I was like, focus. So that went through pretty good. And then at the very end, I had a sense of, just before I closed off, I could feel like people, like one on each side. And I felt that must be her family, because I feel that in treatments with clients. And I thought, oh, they're here. And it almost felt like such a hug. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
So then I ended it, and I asked for, her feedback, and she said that her ankle felt that it was filled up. So that was good. Like, it felt not as painful, it felt full. And I went, ooh, that's a good thing. So that side. And then I just gave her a little bit of a meditation, which is kind of summarizing what I mentioned before about the ocean, like the water and the flow, pulling stuff out, taking things away.
Yeah.
And then I just thought, okay, what came to my mind, which it does in treatments for clients, is I decided to give her a tea. So I said white tea, which was funny, because then I thought tiger and I thought lungs. Ooh, interesting. So that was something to kind of like soothe her. And as well, rose tea for the heart. Oh, and then at the end, this was funny, because I knew she had to go. But then it was funny, because the whole idea of mandala started coming up in my mind. And back to her blanket, I kept focusing on the blanket. So what I felt was, with the dog, what came to my mind, I have a tarot, and the Fool has a dog. And I thought, journey. She's like on a new journey. That's what the dog might have indicated to me. And I thought, And then I mentioned to her again with the idea of a mandala, where she's moved, there's a place not too far, called the Bethlehem Center, which has a labyrinth. And I mentioned to her about walking through that, breathing and walking, and then to the center, grounding. So she heard a little bit of it. She knows of the place. So I mentioned it, but she was kind of in a rush. And lastly, for her ankle, we use it on clients sometimes in the massage, something called motion medicine, which, funny enough, looks like a tube of toothpaste with a white tiger on it. So the tiger kept coming up, and that's just to massage into it, to help with it, to relax it, just in the physical field. Because remember, before, I didn't really get a sense of the physical until she told me. And that's it. That's it, guys. So
Okay. Well,
yeah, it was a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So you get a lot of messages in different ways. You get
Yeah, right.
auditory, you
Yeah.
get visual, the auditory, and you get the
Mhm.
feeling sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're always navigating through all of your experiences.
All the story, all the stuff. Yeah.
And so there was something printed on this blanket.
Yeah. So there were bees on a mandala, and I think she said it might have
Bees,
been
like BEA, bees.
bees, like bzz,
Okay,
bzz.
so it is bees.
It's bees,
Yeah,
like busy little bees.
I know. And sometimes,
Yeah. Go
this
ahead.
is interesting because sometimes if there's something like that, it will
Yeah.
interfere with the energy of the session.
Well, this is what I thought too, because I thought after I went
Yes,
busy bees, and even though she said, "Oh, I had the best rest ever," I'm going, "You're covered in bees."
you're covered in bees. I know it's true though. Like
Right.
might even say, "Oh, can we do a
Right.
plain blanket?" Or yeah, I'll
Well,
say,
maybe I should have thought of that after, because I know my husband is a really good friend who has bees, and he said a
oh,
bunch
yeah,
of them just flew away over the winter, and he's really devastated. So he has to get more bees because they leave, and I
yeah,
don't think
yeah,
in my mind, right? So this whole idea of, but with her, the bees were on her, but she felt very comforted by them, almost. But you know what it could be too? The idea of, like, how they're like a colony, right? And
yeah.
or maybe she's
No,
like the queen.
when I tuned into that, as soon as you said it, I thought
You
you
said
said bees, and it was like,
bees.
that sounds like
Yeah,
it's too energetic. It's sort of like the red color.
it
It's too
is. It is, isn't
energetic,
it?
and it could
Yeah.
definitely interfere with the session. I mean, the rest of the time you could put that on
Oh,
yourself any
yes.
old time, doesn't matter.
I should have
But
been like, yeah.
for
I
a
should have said,
session,
throw
if you
that blanket
see,
off.
yeah, if you see someone doing that,
Yeah.
feel free to say, let's try something different.
If there's a color, okay.
Yeah,
Because you know what I thought of too for a second, as soon as you mentioned the bees and the yellow, that solar plexus identity opening up.
yeah,
I felt that. So that could be helpful. But no, I'm leaning more towards busyness and just get a nice white,
yeah. Nice
light
white gives
pastel.
you more as the practitioner. You can get more of a read
Yeah,
with something plain,
maybe. Because there
and you're
was
not
just a
having to deal
lot
with
of stuff.
a lot of stuff.
Maybe it was the family, because bees are like a family. They were all coming in like
I
bees.
know,
It
but
was
you
this
see, you shouldn't
warm.
have, it's better not to have to be figuring that stuff
I
out.
know.
So anyway,
Yes.
good work.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Okay, I think we had Tariq here a second ago. Where'd he
Yeah,
go?
Tariq.
He was right in the front of my line. There he is. Okay.
Okay, so my client was in her early 40s. What she wanted to get out of the session was just to clear any blockages in any of the organs, tissues, or fascia, and kind of have an idea of what was blocking it. All she's really been doing is having some Chinese teas for the spleen, phlegm, and kidney function because she's got high cholesterol.
Mm.
The magic circles, the physical field, there was definitely stuff in like the stomach and digestive organs. Then I was feeling sensation along my right arm. My neck got really stiff, and the right leg as well, and just also just tension from like in my jaw. And then going into the emotional field, it felt like my body just wanted to like curl up and protect the abdomen area. And then I was hearing there was issues around eating. And I didn't know if that was like had to do with like emotional or just like actual physical like issues around eating. And then the feeling of needing to perform and having a lot of responsibility. Uh, in the spiritual field, it was kind of just taking it like one step at a time and giving herself some grace for dealing with everything that she has going on in her life. Um, and then she felt like she was quite yin deficient, so like the left side. And in the flat palm, there was a difference. The right side of the body and the left felt like more airy, and the right was quite electric. Um, Then she did bring up that she thinks she has like a dairy sensitivity. So that was kind of what was going on with like the food issues and needing to change her diet. Um, and then just pain in her like lower abdomen and neck pain from a 9 to 5 desk job and right side made sense to her. Um, Given that, I thought there was going to need to be a lot done with the spleen, and there was quite a bit done with the spleen. But when I was putting energy into her organs at the very beginning through the Taiji pole, uh, the liver popped in my mind, and it looked black and very dark, which is interesting. So I was like, okay, we're gonna probably have to like do a lot there. Uh, Doing the purging, there was quite a lot of just like gunk and heaviness and darkness just like coming out of that. And then spleen, doing the golden ball and the sponge, it felt really damp and like dripping as I was like pulling it out. And then putting the golden energy into it, it like just like sucked right in. There was a lot I did with the liver. I did a lot of like the kneading, the tiger claws, um, the guo sound of just getting things to shake up in there and just like pulling a lot off. And then uh, magic gloves. I kind of felt like there was blockages in like her lower chakras and like that area, so I just was flossing that area. And it took some time between like the first and second chakras to let like smooth out, and then it like the flow was much better. And then there was just more taking stuff out of the liver, magic gloves, and like putting like a deep emerald back into it. And then I did the uh, butterfly kind of just to balance the right and the left side of her body. That also took a while to kind of just settle and even out a bit. Uh, and then I wrapped the liver with a cast and the digestive organs as well, just to kind of give her more support there. What else? And then doing the tonifying of like the legs. The right side took more than the left, or the left took more than the right. The right was pretty quick at taking energy. I felt like I had to put more energy into her left side and wait for that to just kind of go. And then by the end of it, the energy was moving quite well and even for both. Um, we had some issues with connection, and she also said she like knocked out kind of early midway through, and she was at a park, so her connection wasn't great, and she actually wasn't in the room, but I kept going, and that was fine. Then when she woke up and we finished the session, she said she could feel the kneading along the spleen and like the digestive organs. She felt really relaxed and better. Then we talked about like the heavy emphasis on the liver. So we talked about prescription wise, like I kind of stopped beating the bag. And then the spleen tonification exercise. And then she also mentioned breathing before bed and doing like meditation. So I just said maybe doing the microcosmic orbit with the breathing, just to kind of keep the energy moving. blockages. And then because of the liver, she's like, oh, maybe I need to just eat more greens and just to support that.
Yeah, good.
Yes. Yeah, and you really persevered.
Yeah.
So thank you for your patience.
Yes, because I remember when I was going through the rooms and going, there's no client here.
What's going on here?
What happened? But you were a trooper and kept going. That's great. That's kind of what
Yeah.
you do because internet connections can be not perfect. So
Yes.
very
It's
good.
challenging having a patient in the park.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It was a nice day and she couldn't resist, but spring had arrived.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you.
Very
Okay.
good.
We have Inga.
Inga.
Yep. So my client, my patient, was interestingly a case where I felt a lot of resonance with just her situation, and I also felt like I was cheating a little bit because she didn't express any issues, and she just wanted to rest and have an energy boost, and I was like, ta-da, tonifying treatment. so so I thought, okay, so how can we just get her to rest and tonify, and I had a few things that I planned ahead of time.
Yeah.
And interestingly, when in the beginning, someone was sharing how I think, who was it? I think it was Barbara. Yeah, that she felt this disconnect throughout the session, and I almost felt like I had a feeling that like something came, and I had the sense that because this is this is like an exam case, and I could look at my notes, and even though I could totally do it without my notes, but somehow I felt this pressure that I need to look at my notes. And so knowing that there will be this extra stress of going and looking at my notes, I didn't made a conscious intention, but I almost like felt that in the beginning, when I was creating the field and wrapping her, that I made this setting that that even if I disconnect for a while and I need to go away, that it will continue. So I made this thread between me and her, so that the signal doesn't get interrupted if I switch from my very caring and on her focus to withdrawing it to look at something up. And it worked really well. I think one of the things that she shared in the beginning is that she felt immediately when she lay down this strong presence from the field that I have created. And and mind you, she is also a graduate. And in the beginning, when we were having a little conversation, she's actually one of the OGs. She had her training in 2012. And so I was like, wow, it's an honor to work with someone who has done this training so long ago. And so her feedback suddenly became like very important for me at the end. And it's not like I felt under pressure to perform, but I was just, aware of the more kind of minute interactions with her on an energetic level. And so it was good to hear that first thing when she got up from the table, that she felt this, strong presence, and that she actually sensed when I was wrapping her. So that's the thing that she said, I actually knew when you are wrapping me. That's when I made that thread to continue the session. So that was first, that was curious. And Yeah, so I'm gonna go from the end a little bit and her feedback. She did fall asleep 2 times throughout the session, and she went deep. And that state that she described, I'm familiar with that state when I do my sessions and when I receive also this kind of work. It's this sort of in between when you are asleep, but you are at the same time aware, and you are in this deep resting place, and yet you can come up at any moment. So it's this lucid kind of in between space. And so I know when you are in that space, that's deep reset and regeneration. So that's the first thing that she shared, and I was very happy about that. She was also, attuned to the details of how she experienced the state. She said that she felt grounded and that she felt dense energy coming into her body, but it didn't feel suffocating or restricting. It felt very, very light and liberating. So it's like this interesting, like yin is dense, and yet it made her feel lighter. So then she also expressed something around her sensations of cold and heat. And I was doing a lot of work on regulating her heat and cold energies. So that's one of the first things before I shared. She mentioned that she started very cold and her feet were like almost frozen. And then closer to halfway through the session, she started to feel more warmth, even though she was just lying down. And at the same time, what I was doing, because a big part of my treatment, I focused on resourcing the kidneys from kidney 1. So I stayed a lot at the feet. And so I kind of opened that pipe through the kidney 1s and into the kidneys. And as I was, sending that blue energy up into her dantian, I almost feel like I need to tap into a hot spring.
Yeah.
And so I tapped into this geothermal energy in the land, especially, here in Iceland, it's
And
like
you're in Iceland,
everywhere.
perfect.
Exactly. And so I pumped her up with warm water. And I was doing the tonification treatment, kind of channeling it through the joints and all of that thing. And then I felt like just holding her lower dantian, and there was a bit of that Mingmen on the back and dantian at the front. And I started to feel that it's so warm that I was starting to get hot. Like I had to take my layers off because it was so hot. And she later also reflected on that sensation, even though she was half asleep. So there was like a lot of interesting dynamics with the hot and cold. And mind you, when I try to get a bit more information from her, besides just that she wanted rest and regeneration, she's in her 40s. She just turned 40. And she was expressing how she's starting to experience change, like perimenopausal change, and that she tends to be more like empty heat. So I knew that yin treatment would be really good for her. And so there was something like around the left and the right kidney that was not really communicating. And I, at some point in the magic gloves, I also felt that kidney heart connection that was that's what she was really missing. So I was thinking Bao Mai, and I was thinking Chong Mai, and I did the string of pearls through the 3 dantians. And that kidney heart was more visual for me than anything else. It felt like the heart was like a flower that was shrinking, and it was missing the love and the water from the kidneys. And so I circulated that a bit, and the flower was kind of happy breathing with that water. And also on the magic gloves, I felt her spleen, and she shared that later, that she has this tendency towards her spleen being weak. So I spent quite a bit of time on her spleen, And I did the general treatment in the beginning where, we put the sponge and then we put the bowl. And then I went back to it and I actually put a cup over it. And it felt like the spleen needed to be expanded a bit more. And so there was a bit of like more of the, not just sponge, not just tonification, but it needed to breathe. It needed to plump up. And I put some needles as well. So I did the kidney 1, obviously, just to keep that channel open. I did spleen 6 and liver 3. Partly because when I was on her liver, I noticed that the liver and gallbladder had this kind of like a little bit murky and sticky energy. And when I told her that later, and also the fact that one of the first impressions that I got about her is bitterness. So I just felt this bitter flavor about her. And I told her about that, and she said that, oh, it's interesting. I do feel a little bit like resentful and bitter, and that's the flavor of my life right now. So she's going through this phase of transition or whatever, and she does feel bitter. But she also mentioned that she's been into dark bitter chocolate a lot lately. Like that's her fix. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's the first thing I picked up, but not like, oh, this is good, delicious chocolate. I picked up more like this, like liver that is not happy. And when we had this conversation, she said that she does feel like her gallbladder is a bit, her general is not very decisive, that she has like decision troubles and procrastination going on right now. So, and I did quite a bit of clearing in her gallbladder and her liver, both on top and also through the stroking of the meridians. Yeah, so what else was interesting there? So quite a bit of cold and hot and symmetry between her hip and shoulder that I picked up. And then she mentioned that she has a bit of kind of arthritis on the right side. So I found that interesting that I just went into the hip and the shoulder, and there needed to be some readjustment there. Oh, and just one more thing from her was that when she dipped into that deep state, she had an image or a dream where her toilet was overflowing. And I was like, was it full of shit or was it trouble? She said, no, interesting. It was just overflowing with clear water. So there was some kind of sense of flushing so that, there was nothing wrong there.
Yeah. Wow. Yep.
And the toilet was sitting on a floor that was slightly bent, so that all that water was running down. It was not accumulating on the floor. So I found that interesting.
That sounds very positive.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So she felt grounded, and what am I?
Would you give her a prescription? Did you give us any prescriptions?
So we discussed that a bit, and I just mentioned kidney breathing. That's one thing that I really love. Similar to what I was doing, but for her to actually just intentionally connect and breathe into her kidneys and wrap them with that blue energy. So she definitely responded to that. And what else was there? I did mention something else. I didn't write it down, but there was another thing that I mentioned.
Okay, well, she mentioned she got back to us and said how much she enjoyed the session and how accurate, what you had told it was. So she had a big thank you for you. So
oh, good.
Yeah. I think, everybody's was good, but she did take the time to write back and say,
right.
Oh, I appreciate that. Awesome.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Great.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, okay. Looks like, Yay, everyone did great.
Yay!
Fabulous sessions. You all did great on your exams. So perfect. So now we're going to give out our certificates, although we can't give them out because we're not live.
No, we're not live. And you still got to do the clinic.
So we're having the certificates, but you know that you, in order to get them, you have to have done your three exams and the clinic. So that's the other thing. But
you completed the classroom portion, so that was the other part. Yeah.
completed the classroom portion. The certificates are here. Finish exams if you need to. And anyway, since Inga was just here, so this is what they look like. They're going to get signed by John and I.
I'll add you
Maybe up in
here. There you go.
Yes. So Inga, yes, I love that you came back and
Yes.
completed. And yeah, and such great work that you are doing. We'd love to yeah, hear about your teaching because you have a lot going on, and we're really glad to be able to, that you're taking this and adding it to your knowledge. And we hope that you come back and join us for therapist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations. Very good. We're glad you came back and finished it up. That was great. I'm
Yeah.
glad it worked out this year for you. Great.
Yeah, and I will definitely be in the clinic this year, so making plans for it now.
Yes,
Perfect.
okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just want to say to everybody, therapist next year, you can just do therapist, which would just be two seminars. You can also double that up with masters, but you don't have to. You can do therapist over 2 years. So it's really, we have a lot of pacing it
A
how
lot
it
more
works for you.
flexibility now that you've got the foundation.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't worry about the order that the exams are. I mean, the seminars come in. Dr. Johnson now just we like the 1 to 4 like to be in a row, but the other ones are
kind of pop all over.
Kind of do this a little bit. So, and he doesn't offer those in order anymore either. So, so we feel quite good about.
Yeah, because I got an offering one time to work with him, starting with seminar 12. I was like, whoa.
Yes. Okay, so bring Stuart on.
Okay, let me find Stuart. There you are.
Yes.
Mr.
There
Stuart.
he is.
Mr. Davis.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, so congratulations on finishing the program, except of course for the things that we just mentioned. But I know you got all your exams in, and
Yeah. They'll be with you during the week. It's just typing them all into the machine.
Okay.
Issues initially.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not in yet.
They're not in yet. Oh, it was Gavin who got his in. Okay.
Oh, he's in the process of sending him in too. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, but that's okay. We have this ready for when it's ready. And yeah, it's been, great having you with us. You're so knowledgeable and he has such a great smile and chuckle. There he is. There's that chuckle.
I try it.
No, I love that you can add this to the wonderful work you're already doing in acupuncture.
Yes.
So this is great.
Yeah, no, that's the great thing I'm looking forward to doing. I've already started with a few patients, bringing them into sessions.
Yeah, it's fun. It's I think it's probably it's fun to add this now that you're mastered acupuncture. It's nice to keep growing.
Right.
And
right.
This gets so much more, it's fun
Energy
and interesting.
Energy in those needles. Make them even more powerful. Yep.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay. And then Tariq.
Hey, Tariq.
Yay.
Yay.
And exams in, get everything ready that you need to do, get your certification. So yeah, it's been great having you here. I love that I love the fact that we have someone younger here, like substantially younger is awesome. for us, to think that this is such a, great wisdom, and we need it to go out into the world, and so that's important that everyone, because we're a little bit older. But I love to see the work that you're doing. I love that you want to take it to animals,
Right.
to horses. That's such a beautiful thing. And
And also the fact that not only the animals, because I knew that was the main reason you came in, but now you're starting to see that that the people that ride those horses need help too. I
They need
think
a
that's
lot.
great.
they need a lot of help. Yeah. Well, and also, yeah, that you're doing the work and you're doing
And
it
the
really
work you did with
well.
that friend that, yeah, that you're starting to
Yeah.
help them. So it's like, oh, great.
I'm excited. This is just like,
Yeah,
Yes.
very
So
good.
great. And congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, and then we have Gavin. So
Oh, thank you.
here's Gavin, the
Yeah.
other part of that dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo.
Yeah, you also get to bring this to an amazing um, body of knowledge that you already have, and adding this to it, and finding this how you can weave these things together.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think that's going to be the journey over the next while.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
next
yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
love that
love
the
that you
two,
guys can bounce stuff off each other too. That's awesome.
yeah, that's really special. Yeah. It's to grow together like this, like
Yes.
growing
Mm.
this work together. It's
Right.
really awesome. And I love that you're gonna be offering this. You're gonna put this stuff out in the world. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can give my background in sort of neuro brain conditions. I'm just really quite fascinated by how it might play out really. So I think
Hmm.
that's
yeah.
going to be the area of fascination for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, yes. We love that.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Take it into new worlds, new
Mhm.
areas. Yes.
That's what I love about this work is that you take the stuff you know and then you add this and it adds
Mm.
in other ways that can be quite profound.
Mm. Yeah, no, it's been
Yeah.
very profound.
Yeah.
Mm.
Great.
Yeah, thank
Congratulations.
you.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, and Freddie. There she is.
Oh, very exciting. Yoink.
Yeah.
Can't
Okay,
quite reach
so
it.
now we have people who've done the channeling. So once you've done the channeling, you get to let me know, and you get the second.
Yeah, right.
So then you have the medical qigong and the shamanic Chinese medicine. And we're so glad again that you came back.
Yeah, you came back
Yeah,
too. Yeah, to finish up.
Yes.
yeah.
Returned home here, and
It's good. It's good.
yeah,
I was glad that the timing worked out. It was perfect.
yeah.
Thank you
You
for
weren't
having me and
you
for
weren't
letting me join the
you
group.
weren't dealing with a crazy time. Like it was a pretty
Yes.
crazy time
It
last
was
spring, a year
it was
ago.
quite crazy, but you know what? I did manage to get my mortgage out of it. So I ticked a box
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
moved on to the more important stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And a
Well, it's
better
great.
place for you and the kitties.
Yeah.
that's what's important. That's what matters.
Mm.
Yes. And we love the work that you're doing, and your intuitive side comes
Hmm.
out. So, yeah, and excited to have you, doing your work and putting it out there where you are.
Mm, yeah. I'm
Hmm.
lucky. People are really receptive to Qigong in Margate where I am. So it's like
Yeah.
people are really curious and interested. So it's, it just
Yeah.
kind of works.
There you go. That's why you went
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put out in the
Yeah.
world.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
Thank you.
Hey, Elena.
There you go.
There you go. And
Congrats.
the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful gold. I love gold. So this
Yes,
is
you get the special gold borders, foil.
Mhm. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's so lovely. And I got you and Esther too. You're such, you know, such troopers to to do this late at
So
night.
late at night.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to have you here. And it's just
Yeah,
been lovely to have you here. And the work you're doing is fabulous. And it's also been great to have you in the channeling and
Hmm.
yeah. So yes,
well,
great.
thank you.
Yeah. Great work going forward.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And Michelle. Michelle again.
Oh, thank you. Wow. That's
Yeah.
Yay.
exciting. Thanks, guys. Wow.
Yeah. That's like
Awesome.
the two.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes. And it's been very special having you in the class, our very intuitive author of
Yes.
tarot card decks. You know, it's wonderful. And we love your pink room always there in the
Thanks.
background.
Yes. The pink room.
Right. Well, it's been wonderful meeting you guys and carrying on with this. Like it's a journey, it's wonderful, but especially everyone else, everybody's great in the group too. Learned so much, and I'm
Yes.
just looking forward to therapist level. It's going to be awesome. So,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Yes.
thank you for the beautiful year. Yeah, it's been great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always
Yeah.
what that Wendy and I was just saying, because it's just we've had some classes that have been bigger, and this one was a
Yeah.
little bit smaller, but we just said, man, this powerhouse group of small group, but a powerhouse group. And we're like, yeah,
Yeah. Like small good things come in small packages.
yes,
Wow,
absolutely.
it had a
That's
bigger
awesome.
group, but not the same quality. So just the
Yeah,
quality
Yeah.
of the students has
right.
been pretty wow. So you're really
Been
special.
very
Okay,
cool.
Stacey. Here's Stacey.
Stacy.
So congratulations on
Yes,
you
very
getting
good.
the both. Now, some people don't want to put something shamanic in their office, so they just put up the medical qigong one because it says medical. Other people, it's like they really want to put the shamanic one and maybe not put up the medical one. So anyway, but yeah, so it's been great having you in the class and the work you're again doing some really great work and getting very intuitive and
And a
um,
transformational year for you with all
Oh,
the
yeah.
yeah,
stuff that happened and now been able
Yeah,
to, come and join us full time and to complete everything to really move forward in this realm. So
totally. I
good
almost
on
feel
you.
like the universe was like, you need to make this happen and we'll help you. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just really thankful for this opportunity. And, it's great to be able to do this online.
yeah,
It makes it really accessible.
Hmm.
And I appreciate that. And everyone in class, I mean, everyone is just so, yeah, it's just been an honor to meet everybody and work with everybody. And thank you so much.
yeah. Okay, well, thank you and congratulations.
And that's great.
Hey, now another hardcore member, Esther,
Yes. Oh, there she was. She was, and I went away. Just a second.
is from Italy.
Yes, all the
Another one
way
out there
from.
in yeah, amazing. Don't ask me to do anything that late at night.
I'm always in bed by
Uh,
9:30.
well, although if I live somewhere that's really warm, it makes a difference.
Yeah, it
And
could
I
be.
take a siesta maybe.
That's what I do.
You
Yeah,
do the siesta. Okay, well
Yeah,
that makes
sure.
yeah,
Sure I do.
right.
yeah.
I plan my work day around it because
Oh,
all
there
the
you
good
go.
things are at nighttime. I can't help it. The
Yeah.
practice groups, I
Oh,
get up at 4 o'clock,
Oh
at
yeah.
2 a.m. or 4 a.m. and that's how it's going.
Wow. Wow.
wow.
That is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so beautiful to see your work, to see, how you're incorporating this into what you already have is like so much work that you're doing with people, but I know now you're adding this other level. It's going to be really wonderful. And all of your people will benefit so much
Yes,
from what you
Thank
do.
definitely.
you.
And we just
I
love
got
having
a
you with us.
Yes, I got a lot of more good tools, and I want to
Yes.
suggest maybe you can scan these diplomas and send it to me by email because I don't know if they're gonna arrive any other way.
Oh, oh, but do you have any friends that we can send it with?
Oh, because
Um,
of the mail
okay, yeah, I
situation.
mean,
Yeah.
I will ask probably the same people, but maybe still
Yes.
you can be anyway, like
I can
when
do
it's ready
that.
to
Yes.
send, just
Yes.
scan it in the computer
Oh,
and send
it's already in
it
the
like that, and I'll
computer.
print
It's
it
That's
out.
already in the computer.
it's how
Yeah.
it got made.
Ah,
That's
It
okay.
how,
already
yeah.
came out of the computer. We even
Okay,
have
now ask my friends
signatures.
again.
But
So,
we both want to sign it for you, so we're going
no,
to be
but we can,
Yeah.
the electronic version
we
we
can do
can use.
electronic signing. Yeah.
Yeah, we have the I think I have your signature,
Yes,
John,
you do.
somewhere.
I have yours too.
Yes. So we
Wait,
can
thank you. I
create that
mean,
for
we
you.
gotta be realistic, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we know how long it took for you to get your surrogate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I had one come back to me too. And it had
I
been
know.
there. It had been in
It went
Israel
to
and it
Israel,
came
then it came
back.
back.
And they never notified me.
I know. They
So
just did a tour. They took a
it's,
holiday.
Yeah.
yeah.
Vacation. I think I'll go to the Middle East. Okay.
And I'll come home.
Well, I think it went, I know where it went. There were some stamps on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, congratulations.
Yeah.
And Barbara,
Barbara, yes.
yes,
Yay.
Monica and her
Wonderful, hardworking. That's great.
Qigong. I think that, yeah, Stuart and Gavin might be getting that extra one this coming up. But yeah, Barbara, so wonderful this has been really great. We just love how everyone blossoms in this work, expands, something grows and expands. And yeah, it's been beautiful and great to see the work that you're doing. And like John, I just, it's like we just said, like the caliber of work that people are doing is just really wonderful. This is a wonderful, wonderful group. And yeah, you have it. And everyone brings their special qualities to it.
Yes, exactly.
And you have a wonderful quality that you bring to it. Um, yeah, there's just like a lot of attention to detail and care,
Yes.
precision that is part of your soul that you bring to that. And it's lovely to have you
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
here with us.
It's been a very introspective year. So I think, as you said, it's, it allowed me to build on what I already had in place, I guess,
Yeah.
and just expand it further and a little bit broader. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yes. Congratulations. And Naomi, what a surprise. Because I know we're going to connect you up and have you do a session early in the day with someone in your side of the world so that your energy's up.
Thank you. I wasn't
Yes.
expecting that certificate.
There you go. Yes.
Yep.
Last but not least. Yeah, no, absolutely. So we'll make sure that we'll have someone who can receive a session earlier while we're asleep.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Thank you. It's been a
Good.
yeah. Hogwarts.
Yes. Whoops, where'd you go?
Oh, sorry.
I'm still here.
Oop.
Disappeared.
Yep.
There you are. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been lovely having you come in here and do this, despite everything that you've been going through,
Hmm.
and to come back here after like surgery and, you know, and persevere, and then even turn around and do the exam and, surprise us all.
Yeah.
And yeah, and doing so well with things. And you're one of the people who has like great questions all the time, and we always really appreciate that.
Yes.
And just to see that you've got a lovely glow going on this seminar, through this whole seminar, your energy has just been, it's really lovely to see that you're
Thank
doing
you.
better. And you are also so dedicated. And we know that it's not for lack of practice
Yeah.
and dedication that you really are. So we really appreciate you very
It's been
much.
so supportive through what has been such a huge transition to have class.
Yeah.
It's an anchor.
Mm.
And yeah, almost at the end of this now. I think like having the surgery and my house is under offer, and I know I met the buyer, and I knew he was the buyer.
Oh,
And
nice.
moving, I should be moved by September. So yeah, this whole
Nice.
cycle is closing, and yeah, I'm really, really so grateful for the support. I've learned so much, obviously, that I didn't know, and will continue with my practice.
Yes.
Hopefully, at some point, we'll be able to work on other people once I get a bit stronger. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, congratulations on
Very good.
doing the year with us. So beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll see you next year.
Yes, we'll see you next year. Yes.
Mm.
Okay. So, yeah, so I think it's time that we send some gratitude out to the group. And I know Celine is here, but well, we are included in the gratitude circle, Celine.
Yes, you are.
You already got your
Yeah,
certificate.
right.
Okay. So,
Congratulations, everyone. It's
Mm.
so
yeah.
amazing to ride the journey with you and just, yeah, receive your beautiful medicine through the exchanges. And yeah, I've been really just in awe at everyone's gifts. Congratulations.
Thank you for supporting us. Support them.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. It's been my pleasure. It's been
Yes.
super fun.
Yes, we appreciate you coming in and being a part of the group. So thank you.
Yeah, it's always nice when we hit graduates come back, and especially when they come back for quite a few sessions, and people get to know them and you get to support them and they get to see how the work expands by your questions and your offerings too. So thank you for that.
Yes. Well, in times past, we had a feather to pass around the circle. This one's a turkey feather, but it's really pretty. So, so yes, I want to thank you all. It's been a great year. The level of like, I love doing this. I love teaching this class because how we start in the beginning. And it takes some trust and faith to make it through those first seminars because they're kind of dense. They're kind of like history and like, what is this about again? And so thank you for persevering, but we have to kind of build it somehow, right? So we have to create a foundation and build up, and all of you have you've persevered. You've made it through, and and then you start to get into the magic. And you start to discover the magic that you are and the magic that you have to offer to others. And you start to embody that, and it starts just to become normal and become a part of you. And John and I love to see that transition, that transformation, that you start to see that you are more than we
Yeah.
are all more than what we thought we were. We had this idea that, it's physical world. No, then you start to move through these other worlds and become much better in our multidimensional selves, showing up here in the physical
Mhm.
plane. So thank you all for going through this journey together. And thank you, John, for your support through this. Oh man, he marks exams. I mean, I work with the finals, but I just have a lot going on. And so, I mean, that's like, thank you, John, especially this time of year. He's super good at, when they start to pile up and it's like, oh man. So, because I used to teach all this on my own, and it's so wonderful to have John and have this amazing support and his wisdom and his value as a Qigong master teacher. So, yes, and my Canadian director of Empathy Mountain Institute. Yay, John. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Okay, John, your turn.
Okay.
Ding.
Yes, so I want to thank everybody for coming in with your enthusiasm, but also your doubts and uncertainties, and kind of navigating all of that and finding other ways to grow into this work and how this work can support you in that and how we are able to support each other. I also watch the WhatsApp, so I don't always respond because there's a lot of other things going on, but I love how you guys are reaching out to each other and having conversations, offering each other sessions. And I know that's how you set up like your seminar 3 exam sessions and things like that. So I want to thank you for being also proactive too. And of course, lovely Wendy, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. It's bringing all that knowledge that she has and how she helps to adapt it to make it work for this medium when everything we did was on in person, and how we make it so that it works, so we can have people from Israel and Bulgaria and different places, we want to make sure, in Iceland. So um and just also want to go even further, Dr. Johnson and all the great work from that's in those books that was brought from China that allowed us to have this knowledge, um, for us to move forward, especially since they're not able to do much with it there as much as we can. So we're able to keep it alive so that it doesn't get lost. So yes, so yeah, thank you. I love the
Okay.
reactions. That's cool. Thanks,
I know,
everybody.
it's kind of fun. I had to figure out how do I
Those are
do that.
fun. I was playing with that too when you guys were doing your certificates.
Okay, so it's, we have the share circle is open for anybody who would like to
Yeah.
offer
You don't
a,
have to, but if you want to, it's your chance to kind of,
yes.
yeah, we just want to invite everybody a chance to. I think I'm going to put it on gallery view so I can see everybody now.
Oh yeah, let's make it a circle.
Let's
Let's do
do that's
gallery
like a real
view.
circle or a square with the Brady Bunch squares.
That's right. Brady Bunch.
Okay,
Funny.
Elena, you had your hand up.
Yes.
All right, we're passing the feather. I'm passing the feather to you because I had it last. So there you go.
Okay, I'm on gallery. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can see everybody.
I am not so good with words, and this is maybe the only moment because it's great that we can do that online, so I can be a part of it, and we can all be a part of it. But this
Yeah.
is the only time that I regret being online, because if it were live, I would just hug you and say thank you.
I know.
And I think the hug will say all the words that I cannot express.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm more of the energy and feeling person, not so good with words. But this has been really not only transformative. I think this program or training or this learning and knowledge came at the right moment for me in transition period, and it has expanded me so much. So thank you. And I loved having John and Wendy as a couple, as teachers, because it gives like it's like a diamond, like there are multi layers, multi lights. So thank you and the whole group. So I'll shut up. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Freddy. Passing the feather over to you.
Thank you. That's a great feather. Yeah, I'm just so grateful. Qigong and channeling my guides have been like two of my sure things for like probably close to 2 years. And I've lived in 2 different countries since I began the course. I've had 4 different jobs. I've lived in 5 different houses. It's been a bit mad. But I never stopped doing Qigong. And even on the days when I've been really sick and I haven't been able to do my practice, I've imagined it or I've tapped into it. Like the animals are like totally my thing. Communicated with my fire, my red phoenix or the tortoise and the snake, and it's just been so healing. And it's such a pleasure to get to share the practice with, like, I'm so excited every time I get to teach a class. I'm just so excited. And I think that there's something really special about, I've kind of done Qigong classes in different ways, but there's something very special about how this is taught and the energy that you guys bring to it. And, it's just, there's kind of not really a word for it, but it's wonderful. And it's really nice to meet all of you guys. I've only been here for a couple of days, but it's been such a pleasure to get to chat to the ones of you that I've had a chance to talk to. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
No pressure. We're just offering the opportunity for you.
Michelle. Yes, Michelle. Here we go.
Yeah, Michelle.
Hi, guys. Oh, my goodness. I'm just overwhelmed. The whole thing has just been wonderful. But even today, the feeling, the emotion that's coming from everyone, there's that beautiful connectiveness. It's so special. And going forward, I just look forward to talking more and finding out more stuff from everybody and from you guys, because it's just a wealth of information, beautiful stuff. And the one thing I feel is very supported. You guys just give such care and attention to everyone, and that feeling of just being like held in the space. So that's been very encouraging, very lovely. But I did want to mention, if I can, I'm going to the UK. So I'll be there on the 2nd. So I'm thinking at some point, maybe, I might meet up with Naomi or see the guys. I don't know. Gavin and Stuart. But I was thinking, especially for Naomi, to maybe have a session or just a chance to see her. So, and how we were talking about she needs to work and said, well, I might be there for that. So yay, hopefully I can make a little bit of a connection there. But yeah, it's just been a wonderful experience and expanding on I just take the time to just think about everything and go through it. So yeah, over the summer. Thanks, guys. That's all. Have a good summer, everybody.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks,
Yeah,
Michelle.
thank
And don't
you.
forget, everybody, you still have the WhatsApp that keeps you connected if you want to dialogue with each other. Don't forget that.
Yeah. And the other, for us, everyone's different, everyone's unique. And so, we're not trying to fit anybody into boxes, just really appreciate, to have everyone as part of the class and bring their own unique qualities and strengths and perspectives. So it's really a joy to have all the diversity that we do have in this. So maybe my guides will do a meditation now.
Yeah, we want
They
to do
were
a
sort of
meditation to
planning to,
close.
so yes. Yes. So lined up. Okay. I can already feel their sort of excitement and like, you guys, they're very excited about this too. You hear that?
Yeah, it's in the background. It's nice.
Okay. Welcome. And indeed, there is celebration. For this is a milestone. As was said a couple of days ago, you can think of this as an initiation, as a doorway, that you have made a journey. At the end of the journey, it is not like there is a destination. There is a new doorway that is opening up. And we are excited for all of you as you step through this doorway, over this threshold, into the next chapter of this journey. And we see it that way. We see you as all coming together on this day and moving through, that you have come through an energetic portal. And there is unlimited potential for you. And it is just the question of where you will place your foot and which pathway you might follow. And so, keeping this in mind, we would have you remind yourself of the beautiful golden light from above pouring down over you, that blessing of light, front, back, and coming in through the center and illuminating your head, your chest, your lower abdomen, having it move through the body and light up all of the physicality and out into that field of energy around you. We would have you remember your roots in the earth and your transpersonal points of nature, the elements, and Mother Earth herself. Great nourishing, nurturing presence. And opening these roots, opening yourself to this rising of the energy that's lifting up, coming up through the roots, rising upward towards the heavens with branches reaching out towards the sky. Experiencing these branches and the light that they gather on their leaves, their flowers, their needles, the trees' beingness, your beingness gathering from above, from the heavens. And this light, this cosmic light, this divine light now traveling down through you, you the conduit, you the channel, down into the earth, into those roots, and the energy rising up from the roots towards the heavens. And bringing your awareness now to the middle of this, to the middle of consciousness, to the center of space, center of all things, which is your heart. For in this world, this physical dimension where there are centers and peripheries and directions, the middle is your heart. It is the center. And breathing in at this center to focus, exhaling, expanding, letting go, breathing in again, bringing focus, exhaling, expanding all around you. And once more, gathering this together, gathering all of your consciousness like a pearl, dropping that into a pool and following your ripples out as you relax and float, floating upon these ripples, just relaxing and being. Being in the infinite. Being the infinite. That you are a limitless being. Good. And then from this place of the infinite, seeing above you a beautiful sky, an infinite sky full of stars. And yet coming through this, there is a light coming through from another dimension, and shining down upon you, a beam of light, lifting you upward and floating up through red, orange, yellow, green, turquoise, blue, purple, violet, ultraviolet, shimmering white light. And being here in the presence of your eternal soul. Good. And now with your eternal soul, your eternal soul is going to take you now on a journey through a portal, taking you to a place with a vista, a hilltop, a rise, a mountain, whatever that is for you. And your eternal soul wants to show you your impact in the world. And your eternal soul now is going to show you points of light, some close, some far, or maybe a kinesthetic, a sense that there are many, many, many beings who are looking towards you, who you are impacting with your presence, with your work, with what it is you bring to the world. Many of these points of light, these beings, Good. And just taking this in, knowing that who you are is important, that you are playing an important role in your world. Now we would have you just choose one of these points of light, or just sensing one of these beings who is there. And you are going to trade places with this being for a moment, and looking back at yourself from their perspective, with what it is you have to offer. For indeed, you have much to offer the world. And for some of you, this may be future. I will be doing this. I will be teaching. I will be doing podcasts. I will be giving Qigong courses, classes, whatever that is. Or maybe connected to some of the other work that you do, but seeing yourself from this perspective. You may look for another point of light, another being, and moving towards them to see what it feels like to be in their perspective. What it is you have to offer. And why it is that it is so important that what you offer is with so much virtue, so much truth and integrity, with compassion, with wisdom. For that is becoming more and more precious commodity in your world. Not that it has not always been a precious commodity. It is becoming perhaps a little more rare in your world. And so we are so happy to see the work that you are doing and your great potential in the world. And now taking back into your own place, looking out into the world. And from here, turning around and looking behind you at all of the wonderful beings who have brought you here to where you are, and feeling that gratitude for you also. You also have been one of those who has looked and found the ones who are there to lead you on your path and on your way. And indeed, you can look in the other direction and it is infinite. Those who have come, who have been your teachers, and where that has arisen from. And then looking out, and those who are moved and changed and become more light filled through what you do. That ripple also goes out into the world, beyond those who you touch personally and out further and further. Good. And so we give you our gratitude for what it is you do. We are thankful to you for what you have taken the time to become in this world, and for that which you share in the world, which you have shared in the past and which you will be sharing in the future. Good. And so coming back now to your eternal soul, seeing the light that is there with your eternal soul, and bringing this light back down as you come back through the rainbow bridge, coming back through the purple, blue, turquoise, green, yellow, orange, red, coming back to that human body, human self, breathing in, bringing that energy back in, bring your hands on your heart and just breathing here and congratulating yourself. For indeed, you have made a most wonderful transformation and step towards embodying your true self, your eternal soul in the world. Good, and slowly bringing your hands back down to your lower abdomen. Good, and breathing here. And your energy settle here. Good, rubbing your hands together. Breathing in. The eyes washing your face. Tapping over your head. Down your neck. Down your inner arm. Up the back of your arm. Down the other arm. And up the back. Around the chest. Down to the navel, down to the lower abdomen, coming around the digestive system, coming around to the kidneys, tapping your kidneys down the outsides and backs of the legs, all the way down to your feet and back up to the navel. And, well, it's probably a good time to stand up all the way. Okay. And let's breathe in from the earth. Exhale. Bring your hands up. Smiling to the physical and how you can bring in for yourself a beautiful river of divine light through the physical body. One that's purging and tonifying, regulating. Here's that word. And breathing up from the earth, smiling and expanding, and bringing a beautiful river of divine vitality and life force down through your body as a blessing. And again, breathing in, exhale, and pausing and just bringing that wonderful divine light. Bring that down through you as you become more and more light-filled in your being. Bring your hands out and feeling that gratitude and gratitude for that past year together. So much transformation, such a wonderful journey, and bringing that in to your heart, and sending out that gratitude to everyone that's here, that's been on this journey together, this wonderful group, grads of 2026 practitioners, and bringing that into your heart, that's you, that you've come through this portal, this doorway, this initiation, and you're ready to shine your light, bring our light out into the world, sending out love, peace, healing, harmony to all beings. And thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
And thank you, Wendy,
Yes, thank you.
for channeling the magic for us and being a bridge. You make it so accessible and help us learn our language. And that's just the most profound gift.
Mm-hmm.
thank you. Ah. Well, we're hoping to see you all next year in therapist class. Yeah.
Yes, you're very welcome to join us.
Yep. Everyone is, can join us. Yes, everyone here.
Wendy, for those in Vancouver, will you be doing like a Saturday kind of group thing like you've
I
done in the
haven't,
past?
I know, I haven't quite figured that because a lot of the graduates are go home on the Saturday,
I see.
but we need to all get together. Yes.
Yeah, that would
Yes.
be
We
great. Just for
definitely get
like
together
people who
and
are,
play.
yeah, for I guess off because we'll finish on the Friday, right, with the masters, and then they'll be
Yes.
okay. Got you. Yeah.
Yes. I'm
Stay tuned.
also thinking of doing and one evening, John, I haven't popped this on John yet, just for people to come into the park and as a live get together
Mm.
for people who haven't done it before, kind of like a little intro talk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean just people in general about
People
medical
in general,
treatment?
yeah, that we'd be open to people in general.
Okay, cool.
Because
That's
we're
a
actually
great
in
idea.
we have a live venue.
Yes, exactly. Might as well capitalize on it.
That's right.
So this is all the talk about Seminar 12, everybody.
Yeah, we're all
That's
talking
coming up
seminar 12.
soon, and Wendy's going to do it. She'll come up here where I am, yeah, and
Yes.
see each other again. Yeah.
Yeah. We also do have Seminar 12 online. We have 2 people Zooming it at this point. So that's still an option
Right.
for those who can't make it in person. But then they plan on coming in 2028 in person. So you can do it on Zoom and then do it later in person.
Yeah. But for you guys, if you want to join us, we start again in September for the
Yep.
Seminar 5.
Yes, we do. What's the date? I know it's right after
The 23rd. No, that's practitioner.
That's
Excuse me.
practitioner. No, we'll just have finished channeling.
Oh,
And then
no,
the
Therapist
next
5 is
week,
actually the day after Labor Day for us.
I know. And then we go right into
Yeah, I think it's September
Seminar
6th
5.
or
Yes.
7th.
Yeah. So it's a busy time. Stacey.
Yeah, I just have a quick question about you had said for the therapist you can do it over 2 years, but at the same
Yeah.
time you can also do masters with it.
Yes.
So I'm just wondering, why can't we just do therapist in 1 year and
Because
then
we don't
masters?
teach
We don't teach
therapist
it
in
that
1 year.
way because it's a lot of extra.
Because I don't have that many days on my calendar.
Yes, it's basically, it just became too much, unfortunately.
So my question is, because when I look at the schedule, it's
Yeah.
almost like I could do them in the same year because it's like you have one cohort and then the second cohort, but it's all within the same year. No?
Nope.
Nope.
Next year,
Yeah.
in 26, 27, therapist I'll be teaching 5 and 8. John and I will be teaching 5 and 8.
Okay.
The following year, I teach 6 and 7, just like I did this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Then for some reason
Just the practitioner that we do all 4 seminars.
okay. And then I can take masters
And
with
then, but you could be doing, yes, because nine actually used to be where 5 is now.
Okay.
So they're more mix and match.
Okay.
They're not so, they're, the first year is in order. Boom, 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 boom. It has to
Yeah.
be that 4 in order. You couldn't mix that up. What comes next is more standalone. We have the 3 treasures, which is what we're going to be doing, because that before used to be at the beginning of therapist, but now then it got changed to the beginning of masters. But then we're going to be doing the 2 oncology. We're going to do 8 and 11. So it's level 1 oncology and level 2 oncology in the
Yeah.
spring.
Next year's a lot of oncology.
It's oncology year.
Okay. And then the light bodies is something that you would need as well with therapists or master, sorry?
That's if you want to get that higher certification, because if the higher certification includes the anatomy, physiology. If you don't have the Chinese medicine, if you don't have it already, then if you do have some, always let us know.
Okay.
Right.
So if my education before that would
Yeah,
maybe work for that.
like
or
I've
maybe-
had people who did some very extensive studying in acupressure, and where they've had just show us what the course was, and we're happy to.
Okay.
Of course, acupuncturists are.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay, hope we got that. So everybody understands. You can either do therapist, because I have people who just they don't want this to end. They're just like, I just want to do 2, and I'll do my other stuff at the same time, and then they might double up the next year, and then
Yeah,
finish the
right.
year after that. So they can do 2, 4, and 2, or they can go 2, 2, 2, and 2. So they can do it over 4 years. I have people doing all those. So
So
that's
two,
all.
two, 2 and 2 is like 2 therapists, 2 therapists, 2 master, 2 okay.
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So all that's fine. So it becomes very much, make it what works best for you.
Yeah.
Right.
For
Thanks.
some people, it's more financial considerations. Other people just, the time, they've got other things going on.
Right.
Like, Celine, what year did you start?
Well, I started 2019, 2020. I actually did the channeling before that, but then
Right.
I had that head injury, so I was on a break
Right.
for 3 or 4 years, I think.
Right, because you were in person that first year. I think
She was in my first
19.
year that
I
I
was
started
in
teaching with you.
Right.
2019, 2020, so we did
Yep.
half in
And we
person,
finished up online
finished
because of COVID.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I picked it back up 2 years ago,
Okay.
2024.
So then you did 2. You've done 4 and 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And the nice thing is that you get to meet some other people, and the classes are nice and big, so that there's
Yeah,
a
you
lot
get
of exchange,
a lot of overlap between different years, so you get a chance to meet a lot of
a
people.
lot of really good people, and yeah.
So like if you do therapist next year, you'll get the people that did therapist this year that didn't have these 2 seminars, and they'll get a chance, so the classes are actually bigger. And
Yeah. Yeah. So all these graduates that graduated last year, they're going to be in therapist still.
Mhm.
So and they were also, and Celine knows all of them.
Yeah, and I would just say, like I've been doing my master's at the same time as this, and like you just find the time. I think the time organizes itself. Like it's always worked out. Like I've done it from my car, I've done it from like so many different places, and it has always worked out. So I would just say if you guys are concerned about that, but you want to be there, like I can speak to from my experience that does work out.
Yeah, and we have it recorded, so if you can't be there.
Right. If there's a day or 2 that you're messing,
Yeah, but
don't have
Celine,
to. Yeah.
and Celine's been really good about
I did it a long, long time ago, so it was 4, 4, 4.
That's right. We had all
Yes.
that.
It was,
We
yeah,
were
it
in we
was.
were in Hogwarts Castle. It was
Yes,
great.
we were in Hogwarts Castle at UBC, and
Yeah,
everything was in a line. It went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I know. Those were the days.
Yeah.
And it was 9 till 6 every day.
Yeah, it was 9 to 6 every day. I started in 2010.
Yeah. And it was just me.
Yep. And a flip chart.
And a flip chart. There were
And flip
no,
charts and
it was all flip charts. We didn't have
a
any
different set of books
different set
and
of books. Yeah.
it was a lot of kind of in-person stuff because it was all in person at the
Oh
time.
yeah, it was all in person.
But then it was a little bit easier to teach because it was just you did. But I like this format better because the
Oh
fact that
yeah.
the knowledge you get a chance to soak the knowledge in.
Oh yeah.
Where there we did 5-day intensives and then you'd be done. You're like, what the heck just hit me?
Yeah, come back in a couple months.
Literally everything in seminar one. There we go. It's done in a weekend. It's like, oh, whoa, that's a bit
I've
much.
done it, yeah, 5 days. Yes, boom. But
Yeah.
it was a lot.
So we'd
You
only
didn't
meet
get as
four
much,
times a year, but it was intense.
and you didn't get as much of the qigong. We do qigong twice a day.
Yeah.
If I mean in that format, it would be like twice, so you get twice as much, and you get the connection between all the people. There's a lot of when it's in person. There's just a lot of hurting people around.
Oh.
You know, like we're on a break. Break could just go on
Oh,
and
breaks would
on.
be like we'd have to call them 10-minute
2 hour
breaks just so we could
breaks.
get a 20-minute break.
There's such thing as a 20-minute break. Now, same
It's
with
like,
lunch. It was
oh,
like,
herding cats here.
and then lunch was like, okay. Yeah, it was there were a lot of challenges. And then, but there are a lot of great things about it.
Oh
But
God, yeah.
one of the great things about this is that people can come from everywhere.
Right.
Whereas people had to go there, you had to rent your hotel.
Well, it's less cost prohibitive at this level. Yeah,
Oh
because
yeah.
otherwise you
And,
have to
and people
have,
did come in and rent hotels.
yeah,
You know,
and
that's the
cars, and
way
you have to have
that's the
food
way
and
it was.
yeah,
That's the way the world was
yeah,
before online classes. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, go ahead, Stacey.
Yeah, just one more question. For the therapist and masters, are there any other books that we need, or is it just the same 5
Same
books?
5.
Same
Oh,
five.
nothing
There's a lot
else.
in there.
No,
Okay.
because we didn't get through all that this year.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I
hell no.
realized that. I
There's
just
a
wasn't
lot
sure
more.
if it was all from these books or not.
No,
Okay.
once you buy them, you're good.
Yes, no, there's no more books after that. No.
Yeah. Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead, Michelle.
Michelle.
Thanks, guys. I'm just about to go. I've got to go to work.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I just want to ask quickly, along the lines of like Stacey's been asking about the therapists and the masters, if we intend to do some of that doubled up or like how we've been
Yeah.
discussing it, should we let you know that ahead of time and before September or
No, you can tell us. It's nice if we know, but we're going to be
okay.
doing the masters anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can wait until you do therapist and see if you're ready
See how it
to
goes.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start with that anyway and then to see.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
that's what
we
you
do
can
this.
do and let us see how
And
it
you
goes.
just and it's just like continuing from here. You don't have to make a deposit now. You can just
Right.
Yeah.
But the next big thing to do is make sure you've got to get you got to register, and I'll send that all out. You got to
I was just
register
going to
for the
say that,
clinic.
Winnie. I'm glad
Oh.
you're mentioning it. Register
need
for the
Okay.
clinic.
We need clinic registration and payments, however that's happened. I know some
Oh,
John has
okay.
already and all that, but
Okay.
Some
So
of
you
you have
guys will
already
send it.
taken care of that, so you have to contact me and I have all that information. But I'll
yeah,
send it to you. How's that? I'll just
because
go up.
Perfect.
I have one of them like my Friday morning at the 9:45 is like almost full. And I need to know how many people are going to be there. And it's like, oh my goodness, I've got to get my numbers.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
to fill to get all of this coordinated, I need to know who's going to be there when. So
Okay.
Right.
Sounds
and
good.
and
You
so
want us to register through Empty Mountain for the clinic,
yes,
Wendy?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a sign up. There's a sign up link.
yeah.
So
Oh.
So you need 3 days per level. So you need 3 days to graduate practitioner, 3 days to graduate therapist, and 3 days to graduate masters of clinic.
Right, I saw that before, the 3 days.
3, 3, and 3. So
Yep, so no, that works great.
yeah, so if you're doing your therapist over 2 years,
Mhm.
you know,
Do
you
it 1 year or the other year, or do a few days
or you're
1
welcome
year.
to join in. I mean, you can always do both years because clinic is fabulous, but you know, it's so just wanted to make that clear too.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha. It's nice to have the flow, like to keep it going, where
Yeah.
I find with myself, like I'm so used with school, and like most of us, a lot of us, like that flow from semester to semester just to get it. That's, you know, in my head. So no, it all works good. Whatever works, guys. That's
Okay.
I mean, it sounds good. All right, I'm gonna go to work because I have to drive.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Talk
Bye.
soon.
Bye.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye, guys.
everybody. And I know some of you it's really late there, so sleep well.
Yeah, see you guys.
It's getting dark in England. Look at
Oh
that.
yeah, it's getting really. Yes, it is.
See that behind you.
Yeah. Quite
Thanks so much, folks. See you in September.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well,
See you
hopefully see you
September.
at the clinic.
Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And the clinic.
See you in
in
clinic.
June.
See you in a
See you
couple
next
weeks.
month.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
folks.
All
Thanks,
right.
Okay.
everyone.
Blessings,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye. Wendy, quick question for the registration.